I have some familiarity with it, sir.
Give me your familiarity and what you know of it.
You got to speak up, or maybe
Uh,
my volume. Hold on.
Give me your familiarity with the Graham versus Connor case as you speak of. Are you pulling something up on your computer?
That's where you have to the reasonableness of your seizure of someone, or the reasonableness when it comes to how you use any sort of force when it comes to law enforcement, being able to stop someone, being able to detain them. You're also looking at what kind of force would you be able to use in order to detain someone? What would be reasonable?
So did you receive training on the Graham factors for determining reasonable force?
Yes, sir.
What are the Graham factors?
What we're looking at is the person's it could be a height weight differential. There can be the terrain. Where is it that this is happening? Is the person a known felon? Does the person have a weapon of some sort? And there are other factors.
Okay. So is the severity of the crime or suspected offense one of the Graham factors?
That also is one of them. Yes, sir.
Is whether the suspect poses an immediate threat to officers or others one of the Graham factors?
Yes, sir.
Is whether the suspect is actively resisting or attempting to flee one of the Graham factors?
Yes, sir.
If someone is cooperative and not resisting, does that affect the reasonableness of using force against them?
Yes, yes, that does.
How so?
Well, if someone's not actively resisting you, it wouldn't be reasonable to pull your firearm on them. It wouldn't be reasonable to tase them.
It wouldn't also be reasonable to detain them and put them in handcuffs either, would it?
No, if you're investigating some kind of potential criminal activity, if you have reasonable articulable suspicion that a crime could potentially be afoot, you can detain someone.
Correct. But we all know that people versus battle, traffic infractions are not crimes, are they?
But if there is some other crime that could potentially have been spotted or is believed to be going on at that time, you can't.
Most definitely. Yep. If someone poses no immediate threat, does that affect reasonableness of using force against them?
Again, if they don't pose a reasonable threat, then there would be no need to use any sort of force.
Correct. If suspected offense is minor, does that affect the reasonableness of using force?
Is the offense a crime or is the offense a violation?
We'll move on. Are you familiar with the concept of excessive force?
Yes.
Can handcuffing constitute excessive force under certain circumstances?
Under certain circumstances, yes.
One of those, could it be when there is not a crime that has been occurred?
When there's a crime that has not been occurred,
Right.
you can handcuff someone if a crime has not occurred. It depends on the circumstances at that specific point in time.
Right. The totality of the circumstances, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. What does the Fifth Amendment, again, to the United States Constitution protect?
Your right to remain silent and not provide incriminating evidence against yourself.
Do citizens have the right to remain silent during police encounters?
They do.
Is it illegal to retaliate against someone for exercising their right to remain silent?
Retaliate. No, you cannot retaliate against someone simply for that. Again, context is also everything.
If someone tells you that they are exercising their right to remain silent, can you arrest them for that?
Pardon me?
If someone tells you they are exercising their right to remain silent, can you arrest them for that?
According to the context.
What would be the context?
You were legally stopped, let's say for a traffic violation, and you tell someone, hey, here's the legal reason I'm stopping you. Would you please identify yourself? And the person does not speak or says, I'm going to exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. At that point now, you're failing to present your driver's license. That now moves it to a criminal act.
Okay. So if someone tells you they're exercising their right to remain silent, can you arrest them for that?
That in and of itself, with no other context, no.
Are you familiar with Miranda rights?
Yes, sir.
Do Miranda rights include the right to remain silent?
Yes, sir.
When you tell someone they have the right to remain silent, do you mean it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Have you received training on interacting with disabled individuals?
I think we did. I think I did. I
You
believe I
think?
did. Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Okay. And when did you do that?
I think that was a few years ago.
A few years ago. Could you give me something a little bit more precise?
No, because if I give you something precise, you will then go and say that I was not, I was deceptive. So it was a few years ago. So let's go with maybe
Well,
3 to 4.
first off, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not deceptive in any manner. So, I speak the truth. Please don't ever make a claim that I'll do
No, no,
anything
I
outside of
said me.
that. We're moving on. Do disabled individuals have the same constitutional rights as everyone else?
Yes, sir.
Are police officers required to make reasonable accommodations for disabled individuals?
Yes, sir.
If someone has a disability that affects their communication, should that be considered when interacting with them?
Absolutely. That's human nature. That's
Are you
humanity. Yes.
are you familiar with the Americans with Disabilities Act?
I cannot give you a complete description of it, but I have some understanding of it.
And just for clarification, do you have the best internet connection right now because you're spotty, you're shaking up, you're not zoomed in. Can we make sure that we can get the best internet connection for this? Because you're just breaking all up all over the place. And if not, we need to go off the record for a moment for you to fix that. Dolores, do you mind taking us off the record for just a moment? And I'll go ahead and pause the recording.
Sure. One second. All right, the time is now 1:37 p.m. and we are going off the record. Okay. The time is now 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and we are on the record.
All right, continuing on. Are you familiar with the Americans with Disabilities Act?
I have some familiarity with it.
Okay. Does the ADA apply to police interactions with disabled individuals?
I would hope that it does, but I cannot speak to that for sure.
So you
But I
haven't,
feel it.
okay, so you haven't received any training on how the ADA applies to police interactions then with disabled individuals, correct?
No, that's not correct. That's not what I said. I just can't recall the specifics. I cannot.
Well, it'd kind of be like if I'm in a profession and I get trained on something, and then if I can't even recall when I did it, how am I going to recall what was taught?
I'm not as amazing as you, Cameron. Certain things I forget.
Okay. All right. Well, that would mean that we would need constant training to refresh and be able to remember these things through your police department, correct?
Or you can have someone in your life that has some disabilities and you have some familiarity and understanding of it.
No, that's not the responsibility of Hood River Police Department. The responsibility of Hood River Police Department is to stay on top of any new laws, any new changes, establish constitutional law. That way they can train their police officers so they don't make mistakes. If you're not getting trained properly and updated properly, if you can't even remember when you did it, how are you going to remember what was taught within it? We'll move on. Are you familiar with the concept of probable cause?
I am.
What is probable cause?
Probable cause, that is 51% versus the 49% that someone has, or an individual or individuals has committed a crime. And you have more than enough information to be able to bring that forth.
Is probable cause required for an arrest or detainment?
Probable cause is not required for a detainment.
Is okay. Is a detainment a custodial arrest?
A detainment can be a custodial arrest.
It is. So is probable cause required for an arrest?
For an actual arrest, you're in custody, you're going to jail, or you're going to be given a criminal citation. Probable cause is needed for that.
So you're saying that whether it's a custodial arrest or not, like you're trying to distinguish between a word of detainment and an arrest. So if a detainment is a custodial arrest, it's still an arrest. So is probable cause required for an arrest?
For you to be transported to jail or for you to be given a criminal citation, you have to have probable cause to do that.
Can you arrest someone without probable cause?
You can detain someone without probable cause once you have reasonable articulable suspicion.
That's not what I asked you. I said, can you arrest someone without probable cause?
You cannot arrest someone without probable cause.
Okay, so yes or no?
You cannot arrest someone without probable cause.
Okay. Are traffic violation crimes in Oregon?
Traffic violations are violations.
That's not what I asked. Are traffic violations crimes in Oregon?
Traffic violations are violations in Oregon, and which constitutes that they're not a crime.
Thank you. What is the difference between a traffic violation and a crime?
A traffic violation, you can simply cite someone for that. You cannot arrest them for that.
Okay, I didn't ask that. I said, what is the difference between a traffic violation and a crime?
A traffic violation is a violation that you can cite someone. You cannot arrest them for it, which is what a crime is. You can arrest for a crime.
What is a crime?
A violation of the Oregon statute, a criminal offense.
But what is a crime?
A crime can be a crime against a person. A crime can be a crime against a property crime.
So essentially, a crime is when you bring harm to another in any form or fashion, correct?
Or a property crime as well.
Well, that's what I mean. If you're hurting their property or you're hurting financially or emotionally, anything like that. So essentially, like crime is
Not emotional. Not emotionally.
not emotional. You don't think that could hurt someone?
If
Like
someone
if you're,
hurts, if someone
like
hurts my feelings, that's not a crime.
well, it could be considered, we have harassment statutes, right? For someone harassing someone, that would be considered a crime because you're harming someone when they don't want that, correct? So it could be emotional, it could be, verbal. But what I'm essentially trying to get at here is crimes are when you bring harm to another person, right? Property, harm, violence of some sort. That's what a crime is, correct?
That's encompassed with it, in it, yes, sir.
Most definitely, yeah. Okay. So you've already said you can't arrest someone for a traffic violation alone. So are you familiar with the Oregon revised statutes regarding identification requirements?
Yes.
Is Oregon a stop and identify state?
Oregon is not a stop and identify state.
Can you arrest someone in Oregon simply refusing to produce identification?
Contextually, what's the context of it?
The context is, can you arrest someone? We're not speaking about my situation. This is just a question. Can you arrest someone in Oregon simply for refusing to provide identification? That's the context.
It has to be contextual. If they are
Okay.
simply walking on the street, you cannot. But if there is other factors, you can.
Are you familiar with the concept of obstruction of justice? What is obstruction of justice?
The obstruction of justice is when someone does something to hinder the investigation of a law enforcement officer or a parole and probation officer. Oregon's a little funny with that. Yeah.
That's actually incorrect. Is obstruction of justice a federal offense?
I don't know. I don't have anything to do with federal law as far as I can't enforce that.
Okay, so is obstruction of justice a federal offense? Yes or no?
I don't know.
You don't know. So does obstruction of justice typically involve interference with court proceedings?
It could. I believe it could.
Can exercising constitutional rights constitute obstruction of justice?
Just on its face value, no.
Can remaining silent constitute obstruction of justice?
On its face value, no.
Can requesting badge numbers constitute obstruction of justice?
No.
Are you familiar with Oregon's obstruction statutes?
I am. I have some
What do you know?
familiarity.
What do you know? What's your familiarity?
Say it again.
What's your familiarity?
You cannot arrest someone for the obstruction of justice in Oregon.
Well, obstruction of justice is not even a statute and or code to be applied in Oregon.
No.
It doesn't exist. Are you familiar with Oregon? Do Oregon's obstruction statutes apply to exercising constitutional rights?
On its face value, no. I don't believe they do.
Have you ever charged someone with obstruction for exercising constitutional rights?
No.
Do you understand that constitutional rights are fundamental and cannot be criminalized?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So were you on duty on December the 10th of 2022?
I was.
Do you recall responding to an incident involving Cameron Wilson on that date?
I didn't respond to an incident. There was no incident call.
Right. So nobody had called. Right. So nobody had called or requested you to help with Cameron Wilson in any form or fashion, did they?
No, sir.
There was no verified complainant, was there?
No one called. No complaint. No, sir.
There was no member of the public that said, him, let's go get him. There's an issue with Cameron whatsoever?
No one called. No, sir.
Okay. Were you wearing body camera during this incident?
I was.
Was your body camera recording during the entire interaction with Mr. Wilson?
It was.
Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and begin on Exhibit A. This is going to be, let me see, we got to get where we need to get first. Where are we at? We got dash cam. Okay, so we are going to share, which one is it? This one? I think it's this one. Share sound, optimize video, share. Okay, are you able to see this?
I am.
Okay. All right. So where are you traveling at right now? And first off, do you recognize this footage?
I do not recognize the footage. I recognize where the area is, though.
Okay. You recognize the area. This body camera is you on December the 10th, 2022, or should I say dash cam, excuse me. What street are you traveling down right now?
Oak Street.
Oak Street. Okay. Are you able to see everything okay? No issues?
It's a little dark, but I can see.
Okay. Yeah, that's just kind of how it was recorded. Now, here goes Mr. Wilson's private automobile pass, and then a whole nother one here. It seems as though at that point you notice someone speeding in a 20-mile-an-hour speed zone. And then it appears, based on analysis of others, that you began to speed in this 20-mile-an-hour zone just to catch up to this person who was speeding. We'll notice Mr. Wilson turn his private automobile here at this stoplight, and you are initiating a stop on one vehicle. Is that correct?
Which portion am I answering?
It seems and appears that you are making a traffic stop on this one vehicle, correct?
Okay, so that question I will answer. That is correct.
Okay. So it seems there's about 15 seconds that elapses before Cameron goes and turns. He's parked his car. But we'll review this here. And you're pulling over this one Chevy Trailblazer, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you initiate a stop on two vehicles or one vehicle?
The stop was initiated on the Trailblazer.
Okay. Okay. Looking at about 30 to 45 seconds. Finally close the doors. And you begin pointing at my vehicle. Is that correct? After about a minute.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, now we're going to take us into, we're going to mark Exhibit B. And this is going to be Austin Griffin body cam. I just want to make sure that you notice up in the right-hand corner, 2022 of 12/10. Is this the correct date for this incident?
I can't see it, but I cannot see it, but I will take your word for it.
Cannot see it. Okay. Does this notice to appear to be Officer Austin Griffin's body camera?
It appears to be. Yes, sir. And he don't have plates on his car, so call him back.
On the video, we can hear you say, and he doesn't have plates on his vehicle. Call him back. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it seems to appear that this was the first moment that you noticed that I didn't have state-issued plates on my vehicle, correct?
That's incorrect.
Well, then why did you at that point state, oh, well, he don't have plates on his car, so call him back, as though you had just noticed?
No, I couldn't stop your car and his car at the exact same time, and his car was behind your car. And the ability to turn around, I couldn't turn around behind your car. If you look at exactly where I was, there was no way to turn around directly behind you. But as soon as the other car that was speeding came, I was able to then get into the intersection and flip around that. So I couldn't stop both cars.
Do you understand that any false testimony is under the penalty of perjury?
Absolutely. And listen again. So I'm explaining what I said.
Excuse me. Are you aware that other officers have been deposed in this matter?
Yes, I'm aware.
Are you aware of what they have stated in this matter?
Nope. I didn't speak to them about what they stated.
Okay. So you're aware that their testimony is also under the penalty of perjury?
If they were deposed, I understand that.
Okay. You understand that often Griffin has been deposed and was sitting right next to you?
He was sitting, exactly. He was sitting next to me. Yes, he was.
Okay. Okay. Was Mr. Wilson's vehicle legally parked?
Yes, I believe it was. Yes, sir. It was parked in a space.
Okay. Was Mr. Wilson operating his vehicle when you made contact?
When I made contact, Mr. Wilson was standing on the sidewalk with Officer Griffin.
Okay. Was Mr. Wilson operating his vehicle when you made contact? Yes or no?
No.
So this was actually not a traffic stop in the traditional sense, was it?
Wasn't a traffic stop in the traditional sense as my car? No, no.
What specific traffic violation did you observe Mr. Wilson commit?
No registration plate or trip permit.
And that would be involving traffic, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you one quick question. Do you understand what the definition by the federal government is of driving?
No.
So you have no understanding of what it means to drive, be in traffic, or transport?
I don't know what the federal definition is.
Okay. Are you aware of the AAMVA?
No.
Okay. They oversee the DMV and implement laws. They're a private member association. Let me give you the definition now defined as in the federal regulations. Quote, operating a commercial motor vehicle on a highway, including while temporarily stationary because of a traffic control device, or other momentary delays. Driving does not include operating a commercial motor vehicle when the driver has moved the vehicle off to the side or off a highway as defined in 49 CFR 390.5 and has halted in a location where the vehicle can safely remain stationary. Would you agree that, unquote, would you agree that that definition clearly states that driving is operating a commercial motor vehicle?
That's what that says.
Okay. Do federal regulations supersede state statutes?
Federal supersedes state, yes.
Okay. And if any state statutes deprives one of their rights, would that fall under deprivation of rights under 42 U.S.C. 1983?
I do not know.
So if there's a statute and it deprives one of their rights in any form or fashion, would that fall under deprivation of rights?
I do not know.
Okay, perfectly fine. It's okay. It's all right. If you don't know, you don't know. I ain't gonna get on you. Let's continue on with the Exhibit B. Austin Griffin. Oops. Reshare. And this is this one. Share.
Call him back. Hey! Call him back. Hey!
So again, it couldn't have been a traditional traffic stop because you're screaming or having this new person that's never even been trained in the police academy to call him back. Call him back. No, was there a crime that had been committed, or did you just want to speak to me?
You violated Oregon statute. You didn't have any registration or a trip permit on your vehicle.
And that's a presumption that you were presuming, right? Like you're presuming that I must have some kind of state issued plate, correct?
I'm not presuming anything. You're required to have it.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question then. Am I a slave? That's a question. Am I a slave?
You're going to ask me if you're a slave?
Yeah, I'm
You're gonna
asking
ask
you a
another-
question.
You're going to ask another black man if you're a slave?
Listen, we're in a deposition.
You are not a slave.
Okay.
We are not slaves.
Okay. So
That
how?
stopped a long time ago.
Okay. So how can I then be required to do anything?
Oh, you don't have to do it, but then you face the consequence of not doing it.
You know, administration of a free man is repugnant to his freedom, correct?
No, I do not know that.
Okay. We'll move on.
Yeah, my man in the brown jacket. You, come here.
So you can hear yourself. Did you hear yourself scream, hey, to the man in the brown jacket?
Yes,
Were you not already in a traffic stop?
I was.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did you observe Cameron speeding?
No, nope.
Did you
not speeding.
did you observe Cameron James Wilson pose any safety threat to the public whatsoever?
Make no assumption that he did. Did not see it.
Okay. Right here, what we can see is Cameron Wilson's car to the left where his light is. We see about 1, 2, 3, 4. We can see spaces, parking spaces. Do you see Cameron way up there by that light pole on the sidewalk?
I can see.
Okay. How far do you think that is? Take a guess. Just a guess. I know it's hard. But actually, let's play it, and then maybe you can take a guess once you see how far.
About 250 feet, 300 feet.
Just
maybe.
wanted to talk to you about the plates. You don't have plates on your vehicle.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
That's anywhere from
Emelike.
250 to 300 feet, maybe even 250.
Yeah. Pretty good distance there.
Can I see your hands?
just for my safety. You don't have plates on your vehicle. Just wanted to ask you about that.
I don't want to have any kind of conversation.
We saw you on the roadway. You parked. That doesn't mean that we can't talk to you.
Well, I don't want to talk to you.
Well, we saw you on the roadway, so there's a legal justification for the stop.
Well, I think first you would have to prove that I was driving on the roads in a commercial capacity.
We can prove that. We have it on camera in the car.
So you have proof.
We have you walking out of the vehicle on the camera. We can go look at it.
Can you get your sergeant?
Do y'all have any? I didn't notice any proof of me walking out of the vehicle, but it was stated as such. Was there any proof that I walked out of the vehicle on camera?
On the patrol cameras, there was no, you couldn't see you on the patrol camera, neither the body camera. That wouldn't be able to be seen, no.
One moment.
Yeah. I'm going to reserve all rights at this point.
Absolutely.
Also my right to remain silent.
Absolutely. That's your right.
At that point in time, did Cameron James Wilson invoke his right to remain silent and not provide any information whatsoever?
I'm not going to agree with the second portion of it. The first portion, you said that you invoked your right to remain silent. That's what you said.
Thank you.
One moment there. Chatting over the radio. Six 6063. This gentleman is asking for a sergeant. Asking to speak with a sergeant. Sergeant! Sergeant! What did he say? He is asking to speak with a sergeant. Copy. He'll speak to you down here.
I'll stand where I stand.
Six zero. He's advised that he will stand where he'll stand.
Now, let me ask you a question. If someone says, well, that, I say I'm requesting a sergeant, and then Cameron James Wilson says, I'm requesting a sergeant, and Officer Griffin then says, oh, he'll see you down here. Is that kind of implying that there was a sergeant available to talk to?
Say that again.
Cameron Wilson said, I'd like to speak with a sergeant. And Officer Griffin says, in response, he'll speak to you down here. Is that implying that a sergeant would be available if I was to walk down to my car?
One could infer that.
Thank you. Secondly, when he said he'll speak to you down here, is that a statement, a question, or a request? Which one?
You would have to ask Officer Griffin that. I cannot speak for him.
Okay, well, don't speak for him. Speak for yourself. In the context of what we just watched, was there a question?
I don't know what it means.
Okay. So this is not hard. Okay. This is a very easy one. And if you want to make it difficult, remember we're on the record. Okay. If someone says he'll speak with you down here, is that a question or a statement?
He'll speak with you down here sounds like a statement. That sounds like a statement.
Okay. Now, is that a request? Is it like a question? Hey, will you come with me down here? Is it I'm telling you to go down there? Is it any of those? Is someone telling me? Is there an order being placed against me in any form or fashion?
I cannot speak to that. I do not know what was in Officer Griffin's mind. I don't know.
Well, if he says he'll speak with you down here, that doesn't seem to be an order or a demand, does it, Emelike?
It's Emelike, and I don't know what's in Officer Griffin's mind.
Was it a question?
He didn't ask that. I don't think it sounded like a question to me.
Did he give me a demand to go back to my vehicle?
I don't know. Was it a demand?
Okay. So at that point, no one requested me to go down to my vehicle, so I couldn't have refused to go back to my vehicle. Could I have?
You could have, if you interpreted it as an instruction.
Okay. But there was no instruction to go back to my vehicle, correct?
If you didn't interpret it as an instruction, then it wasn't an instruction.
Therefore, there can be no refusal, according to your declaration. Could there be? Did Mr. Wilson appear to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
When? From that clip right there?
Yeah. At any point. But yeah, specifically right here, thus far.
Thus far, I can't, it doesn't appear that way.
Okay. Did Mr. Wilson appear to pose any immediate threat to you or other officers?
To me, definitely not.
Did Mr. Wilson have any weapons visible?
I couldn't see any weapons.
Did
from
Mr.
that
Wilson make any threatening gestures or statements?
I didn't hear any threats, no. No.
Do you hear Officer Griffin say, quote, "Absolutely, that's your right," when Mr. Wilson mentions his constitutional rights?
Yes, he said that.
So Officer Griffin acknowledged Mr. Wilson's constitutional rights, correct?
Yes.
After Officer Griffin acknowledged his rights, did Mr. Wilson exercise his right to remain silent?
I can't recall whether you asked where Mr. Wilson asked or said something after that, as in speak to a sergeant, I believe.
I keep doing that. Share. But you were advised that I would stand where I stand, correct?
That's what he said over the radio, yes.
Before moving on to Exhibit 3 or C, I'd like to make a quick clarification. Did you issue any citations to the person who was speeding and causing or posing a safety risk to the public?
No, gave him a verbal warning.
Interesting. Okay, let's see. So let's move on to Exhibit 3. Which is C. Emelike body cam. Marking for the record, Exhibit C.
Sir, I'm gonna give you 1 second to walk back down this way with me, and if you choose not to, I'm gonna put you in handcuffs, and I'm gonna detain you for obstruction.
So let me ask you something. Did you did you ask Mr. Wilson for his name?
No, I didn't. Not at that point.
Did you ask Mr. Wilson how he was doing today?
No, I did not.
Did you ask Mr. Wilson why he just didn't have plates on his vehicle?
At that point, I did not.
Okay. Why was the first statements that you made out of your mouth a threatening statement that if I did not walk or do what you wanted me to do, you would arrest me for obstruction?
You didn't have plates on your vehicle, and you had your vehicle VIN covered, which it's a violation. That's actually a crime.
A crime?
Mhm.
Is it a crime or a violation?
It's a crime. You cannot obstruct your vehicle VIN.
Didn't we already go through the aspect of what constitutes a crime?
Yes, you cannot obstruct or hide or conceal your VIN.
Okay, you're gonna have to
cannot.
state. You're gonna have to state that again because you're breaking up really bad. So can you state that one more time for us, please, for the record?
Okay. So for the record, what constitutes me being able to put you in handcuffs or detain you? I have to have reasonable articulable suspicion. So there was no plate on the vehicle. There was no VIN number visible. There were two pieces of paper that appeared to be intentionally concealing the VIN. Now, that can constitute potentially looking at someone who might have stolen a vehicle, could be
Okay,
a
let me.
stolen vehicle. I would have the right then to be able to detain you for that.
Do you have any evidence that papers were over said VIN?
I said it, and you, if you play the entire body camera, you say that you want your privacy. That's why it's covered.
I didn't ask you that.
I looked at it, I saw it, and we spoke on it.
Okay, so I'm asking you a very specific question. Do you have evidence of your claim that there were papers strategically placed over the VIN?
My recollection of the events and me speaking on it to you.
That's great. Do you have evidence? Did you
I
take
did
a
not take a photo. No, I
Okay.
didn't take a photo.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. We'll continue on.
So, your decision. Yes, sir. It's obstruction. I want you in the front of your vehicle where you are.
My good sir, I've requested a sergeant, and
No
I have
sergeant's
not
on duty.
I have not committed any crime.
You have, because it's called obstruction right now. Your vehicle does not have plates.
Obstruction of what?
Obstruction of justice.
So again, you claim here that Cameron Wilson was currently committing obstruction of justice. Is that correct?
That's what I said. Yes, sir.
Okay. And obstruction of justice is not an Oregon statute and or crime, correct?
Yes, sir. So I was incorrect with the speaking on that. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you couldn't arrest Cameron for obstruction of justice, could you?
No, sir.
But that is the claim that you just made, correct?
That's what I said. Yes, sir.
So you would be incorrect in your statement. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How am I stopping you from doing this?
Because I need you in the front of your vehicle so you can go ahead and grab all the information I will need from your vehicle. Your vehicle has plates that says not for hire. There's no sergeant available.
So up to this point, has there been a request for Cameron's information?
No, there was not.
Has there been any questions for, hey, can you give us just your information?
No. No. I did request information as in to come back to the vehicle, but I didn't request it of you. So for that aspect, no.
So there was never a request for Cameron to go back down to his vehicle, correct?
Yes,
to the-
I said,
There was-
come to your vehicle to retrieve your information.
Let's go back and
Play it
check
back.
and see.
Yeah, play it back.
Yeah, let's do that. Gladly.
Sir, I'm going to give you 1 second to walk back down this way with me, and if you choose not to, I'm going to put you in handcuffs, and I'm going to detain you for obstruction. So, your decision. Yes, sir. It's obstruction. I want you in the front of your vehicle where you are.
My good sir, I've requested a sergeant.
That didn't sound like a request to me. It sounded like a threat. It sounded like, well, it was. It was a threat. It was, I'm going to give you 1 second to walk back down to this vehicle with me. And if you don't do as I say, you're going to get arrested for obstruction. So let me ask you, did you ask Cameron Wilson to go back to his vehicle, or did you threaten Cameron Wilson to go back to his vehicle?
In that moment, I told Cameron Wilson he was going to go back to his vehicle.
You didn't tell Mr. Wilson. You told Mr. Wilson that if he does not go back to his vehicle, he will be arrested for obstruction, correct?
I told Mr. Wilson he's going to go back down to his vehicle.
Let's play it one more time for the record. I'd love for this judge to hear this.
Sir, I'm going to give you 1 second to walk back down this way with me, and if you choose not to, I'm going to put you in handcuffs, and I'm
Is that a threat?
That's giving options. If you don't, here's what's going to happen.
And what reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime did you suspect Mr. Wilson of committing to be able to even say that?
Your VIN was covered. You didn't have registration plates on the vehicle. So you cannot do that. You cannot do it. And look at the video. Officer Griffin's video shows me standing at your vehicle, looking to see if I can see the VIN, then going back to the plate and looking to see if there was a VIN available, something I can identify the vehicle with. It's plain to see.
Mr.
You did not have that.
Mr. Emelike, we did initially in our very first hour go over the aspects of constitutional rights, reasonable suspicion, all of those things, and they revolved around crimes. That was the first portion, and you answered correctly, but now you're going back to traffic violations. We'll
No,
continue.
that is a crime. That is a crime, sir.
Excuse me. I don't. Excuse me. Thank you. We'll continue.
Detain you for obstruction. So, your decision. Yes, sir. It's obstruction. I want you in the front of your vehicle where you are.
What's obstruction? Can you explain your information here as far as how is Cameron Wilson actively stopping you in relation to your investigation into another who is committing a crime?
At that portion in time, my using of the obstruction statute was that specific statute was incorrect as far as saying that was on me.
Which means that honestly, your whole arrest was way off. Because if you based everything that you were doing on an obstruction and you were wrong, then the whole interaction is wrong. Clearly.
No.
Oh, no? So you can just come out here and, excuse me, you can just come out here in any form or fashion and just say, oh, you're obstruction, so I'm putting you in handcuffs. Is that how this works?
Nope.
Okay. Well, then why did it work like that here?
1 minute, 32 seconds. Stop it then and listen to what I
Sir,
said.
I've requested a sergeant.
Oh, so you have thoroughly watched this video.
The first 3 minutes, like I said.
And
No,
I
Sergeant.
have not committed any crimes.
You have, because it's called obstruction right now.
So, if the obstruction was wrong and I say I haven't committed a crime, but yet you're inferring that the obstruction is a crime, but it's not, then the arrest and detainment of obstruction would be incorrect, like you just stated, correct?
Say it again.
Vehicle does not have plates.
Obstruction of what?
Obstruction of justice.
How am I stopping you from doing this?
Because I need you in the front of your vehicle so you can go ahead and grab all the information I will need from your vehicle. Your vehicle has plates that says not for hire. There's no sergeant available.
Your name and badge number?
My name is Amy. I don't like the officer portion because then the officer portion makes it seem like I'm above you, which I am not. My name is.
So you understand that you're a police officer, right?
I do.
And your own statements here state that you're not above me, correct?
You're a man like I'm a man. Absolutely.
And there wasn't no crime that had been committed, right?
You were concealing your VIN.
Excuse me. There had been no, we already went through this, Delancy. You're on the record. The judge is going to watch this. You've already stated that traffic infractions are not crimes. Okay. And for one to have to assume if I committed a crime, surely you would have issued citations for said crime, correct?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So we've also gone through the aspects and comprehension and understanding that crime is when you bring harm to another, correct?
One aspect of it.
Okay. And someone just placing their papers onto the dashboard when they get out of a vehicle would not constitute intentionally, willingly, and knowingly obfuscating a VIN, would it?
You provide statements that show that you intentionally did it.
Okay. We'll continue.
Amy. My badge number is 60.
Your name and badge number, please.
My name is Austin. Badge number 63.
Your name and badge number, please.
Sir. Okay. That's all. You're going to be detained right now.
At this point in time, what was your reasoning for putting your hands on Mr. Wilson and detaining him?
I had already instructed Mr. Wilson to come back to the vehicle. Mr. Wilson didn't do it. I had reasonable articulable suspicion when it comes to Mr. Wilson concealing the VIN on the vehicle, and there's no identifying marks. Mr. Wilson took about 2 steps towards Officer Junt's direction. At that point, okay, we're going to detain him now. We're going to get the situation under control.
So when did you request Mr. Wilson or ask that he return to his vehicle?
As I was walking up.
You asked him?
You said ask or request.
Mm-hmm.
I told Mr. Wilson he's going to come back down to his vehicle. So
Yeah. So again, did you ask Mr. Wilson, can you come back down to your vehicle with us?
no, I didn't ask. I said you're going to come back down to your vehicle. I gave him options.
Okay. Did you request Mr. Wilson come back down to the vehicle in a polite manner?
No, I didn't say in a polite manner. I wasn't rude though.
So threatening someone by saying, if you don't come back down to this vehicle right now, I'm going to arrest you is professional in Hood River?
According to you and your conversation with me in April, I was very professional.
Wow. Okay. Do you have that some sort of recording between us two?
I have the date and time that you called, and I called you back, and me and you were having a conversation in the front of, I think it was at least 3 other officers, where you told me that you had just had an interaction with some other agency and you appreciated me and you thanked me for my professionalism. You said that you didn't like that I put you in handcuffs, but everything else you said was good, and you just wanted to tell me once again that you appreciated me. That's
Wow.
what you said to me.
Wow. Okay. You have proof of that?
I have witnesses that we can call that were standing right there because I had you on speakerphone.
This has nothing to do with the deposition. You can save that for your attorneys. I didn't ask you any of that. Okay? What I specifically asked you, and I'd like to actually strike that off from the record as well. Get that struck from the record. I didn't request that information. We're going to continue. Now, what was the reasoning for detaining Mr. Wilson?
Mr. Wilson had his vehicle VIN covered. Mr. Wilson wasn't following instructions to come back down to his vehicle. So
You gave instruction. Again, we need just to clarify this. Did you ask Mr. Wilson to come back down to the vehicle? Yes or no?
I gave Mr. Wilson instructions to
Okay.
come back down to his vehicle.
And what crime or authority did you have to ask Mr. Wilson to come back down? You're talking about some traffic violations?
Number one was the traffic violation that I observed. That's number one. Number two, Mr. Wilson had the VIN covered. Mr. Wilson didn't have any registration plate. So at that point, reasonable articulable suspicion with the totality of everything that was occurring is this vehicle stolen? Is Mr. Wilson intentionally attempting to conceal the VIN or conceal any identifying marks off of this vehicle?
So again, what does the Fifth Amendment Fifth Amendment protect? One more time.
You don't have to speak. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to.
Okay. And what is the protections of the Fourth Amendment? One more time.
From any unreasonable searches and seizures. That was not unreasonable.
Okay. We'll continue. So
It's called obstruction. Don't put your phone in your pocket so it won't be turned off.
So here you state Mr. Wilson was arrested for obstruction. What did he obstruct?
Mr. Wilson wasn't arrested. He was detained.
You're reading him
Miranda
rights.
So you do have the right to remain silent.
Yep.
Anything you
I have
say
a
may be
call
offered
to
against you in the court of law. You have the right to have attorney presence during any no.
Excuse me, we can't hear the audio video while you're speaking. So again, what did Mr. Wilson obstruct according to Oregon Revised Statutes of obstruction?
According to the Oregon Revised Statute, me telling Mr. Wilson it was for obstruction itself was incorrect. That was incorrect.
Are you familiar with obstruction in Oregon?
Yes, sir.
Explain it to me if you don't mind.
I cannot arrest you for obstruction. Someone cannot be arrested for interfering with a police or parole or probation officer. That I cannot arrest you for. So again, that is on me.
So then you're pretty much stating and admitting that you illegally arrested Mr. Wilson.
No, that's not what I'm stating.
You just stated, that's on me, that's my bad, I was incorrect. You just incorrectly arrested Mr. Wilson.
Nope. The verbiage was incorrect.
Okay. So what were you arresting him for if it wasn't obstruction?
You were being detained for concealing your VIN, not having any sort of markings or identifiers on your vehicle.
So then why didn't you say that then, Mr. Delancy?
1 minute, 32 seconds. Let it continue to play.
Why didn't you? Do you see how a jury could see how this is retaliation for asking for badge numbers?
No.
No?
No. No.
Was Mr. Wilson fleeing in any form or fashion?
Mr. Wilson took 2 steps towards Officer John's direction.
For what reason?
Pardon me?
For what reason?
You had asked Officer John, I believe, for his name and ID, I believe. His
Correct.
badge number, pardon me.
Correct. How much time had elapsed between Mr. Wilson's badge number request and your decision to handcuff him?
I don't know. You asked me, I provided it. You asked Officer Officer Griffin, he provided it. Mm, let's say about 15 seconds, maybe 20, maybe.
So you'd agree it was pretty immediate then?
Yeah, 15 to 20, yes, sir.
And again, your stated reason for handcuffing Mr. Wilson was obstruction, correct?
That's what I said, yes, sir.
Did you charge Mr. Wilson with obstruction of justice?
I didn't charge Mr. Wilson with anything, no, sir.
Is obstruction of justice a federal offense?
I do not know, sir.
Was there any court proceeding occurring during your interaction with Mr. Wilson?
No, sir. No court proceedings, no, sir.
So how could Mr. Wilson again commit obstruction of justice during a street encounter?
Mr. Wilson did not commit obstruction of justice during a street encounter.
During the handcuffing, was Mr. Wilson resisting?
No, not at all.
Was
No.
Mr. Wilson cooperative during the handcuffing process?
Yes, you were. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did Mr. Wilson comply with your commands?
Yes. You were a gentleman at that point. Absolutely.
At this point, do you see Mr. Wilson's phone thus far as we've gone through this?
You had your phone in your hand. I don't think we can see. I don't know if we see it on the body camera, though. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll look at it then real quick, briefly, before bringing you back on full screen.
It's called obstruction. Don't put your phone in your pocket so it won't be turned off. So we can.
Badge number 63.
Your name and badge number, please.
Sir. Okay. That's all. You're going to be detained right now. Number is 60.
Your name and badge number, please.
My name is Austin. Badge number 63.
Your name and badge number, please.
Sir. Okay. That's all. You're going to be detained right now.
Now, it would appear that Mr. Wilson's phone is in his hand.
It's called obstruction. Don't put your phone in your pocket so it won't be turned off. So we can.
And if I go frame by frame, I can literally show that it was on, and before you put it in my pocket, it was turned off. Okay. So, did you take Mr. Wilson's phone?
Yes, I took it out of, I believe it was in your left hand, it appears like.
Okay. And whether it was intentional or not, did you turn off Mr. Wilson's phone?
I cannot speak to that because I didn't turn it off. If I did, like you stated, it absolutely was unintentional. I did not mean to, but I could have. Absolutely, because I handled it. Absolutely.
Do citizens have the right to record police interactions?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Up to this point, had the Graham factors have been met for you to place Mr. Wilson in handcuffs?
Mr. Wilson was placed in handcuffs because Mr. Wilson had his VIN.
Excuse me. That's not the question that I asked. Okay, the question that I asked is very specific. It's yes or no, actually. Were all the Graham factors met to put Cameron Wilson in a detainment of any sort?
What do you mean, were they met? What do you mean?
The Graham factors earlier, Delancey, it's not very hard. We went through every single one of them. What
do you mean met, Mr. Wilson? What do you mean met?
Were all of the Graham factors met? We went through them earlier. Did each one check off for you to be able to say, I'm going to put Mr. Wilson in handcuffs? Did you meet all the factors?
That's what you mean by met. That's what you mean by met. I'm just going to have you explain it to me so I don't answer incorrectly and I don't know what I'm answering. So at that point, you were not, I don't believe that you at that point were going to, after we've had our hands on you, going to flee. I don't believe that you weren't actively resisting. Like I said, as soon as I put my hands on you, were a gentleman.
Okay. So then let me ask this. If Cameron was such a gentleman, why did he get put in handcuffs when he had never even been asked for his information?
Because your VIN was covered, because you didn't have a registration plate. Reasonable articulable suspicion, an officer with my training and my experience and the totality of what was happening, that's why you were placed in cuffs.
Okay. Well, your training is poor.
still be heard. So you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be offered against you in the court of law. You do have the right to have an attorney present during any and all questioning. You cannot afford one once it be provided for you at no cost. You understand your rights, sir? You understand your rights, sir? Perfect. Your vehicle does not have registration. The VIN is covered up. That you cannot do.
Now, is Mr. Wilson a resident of Oregon?
I don't know where you're a resident of.
Okay. So at this point, you have no clue whether Cameron is a resident of Oregon, correct?
No, didn't even know the name. No, sir.
Have you ever heard of the non-resident violator compact that Oregon is a
No,
part
sir.
of?
No, sir.
So you have no clue about the non-violator compact that Oregon is a part of?
No, sir.
Wouldn't you think it would be beneficial for your police department to train you on such important things?
I would need to know what that is first before I give an answer on whether it's important or not.
It's a compact that pretty much states that they're not going to enforce other laws from other states in relation to traffic violations in certain manners. But I will say this, within your police academy or within your police training book that you got, basic from Oregon, it goes over the commercial aspects fairly well as well. We won't get into that right now. Let's keep going.
Are you going to identify yourself? First.
Now that question was, are you going to identify yourself? That's a yes or no question, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't, what is your name, correct?
No.
What am I being arrested for?
You're being detained at this time.
This is actually an arrest.
It's a detention.
Sir, you're arresting me right now.
You're detained.
That is...
An arrest would be me putting you in cuffs, taking you to Norcor and moving you.
So right here, what you state is an arrest would be me putting you in handcuffs and then moving you. Is that not currently what's happening on camera?
That's not what I said. Listen again to what I said.
You said moving me. And, okay.
No.
An arrest.
Listen to what I said.
It's a detention.
Sir, you're arresting me right now.
You're detained.
That is...
An arrest would be me putting you in cuffs, taking you to Norcor and moving you. You would call that kidnapping. I've been watching First Amendment audits for the past 12 years. I've been watching and reading up the best I can for people that are big on the Constitution.
Requesting a sergeant.
There's no sergeant available, sir. So, here's what we have. Your VIN is covered up.
I can do that.
Reasonable. Oh, sure you can.
Again, now you've made statements earlier that I intentionally covered up the VIN. If I throw papers up and I'm seeing that those papers are up there and I know that they're not intentional, I just threw them up there as I'm exiting the vehicle, I can do that. That's not confirming that I'm intentionally covering up the VIN, does it? Or are you making an assumption? Please answer.
Object to the form of the question.
It's fine. Go ahead.
You said, I can do that. Your VIN is covered. You said, I can do that, meaning that you sounded to me like you believe it was your right to be able to cover your VIN.
Well, that would be an assumption. Because I know in my mind that if I put papers up on a VIN and they're just there, I haven't done anything wrong. So your assumptions have led you to believe and make a reasonable suspicion that is based off of no intent, no knowingly, and without willingly. So you're just bringing forth the presumption. Let's just keep going. We'll keep going. We'll keep going.
When
This is my vehicle.
Cool. I need the information for your vehicle, and I also need a driver's license from you.
Did you ask me to provide my name or driver's license, or did you say I need it?
I needed it. That's what I said. Yes, sir.
But you didn't ask for it, did you?
It was in an asking way, but I said I needed it. That's how I asked.
But it wasn't a question, was it?
It was a statement. I need it.
Okay, thank you.
I need it. I need it.
Detained me.
Yes, I need the vehicle, information, and your driver's license.
May I request a sergeant?
You can request whatever you want. There's no sergeant available, like I said.
Well, I've requested one.
You can request it all day, sir.
There should be a higher authority that I can speak with.
You can speak to whoever you want to after
Do
we're
you have
done.
your camera on?
Oh, always. I'm the one that asked for cameras in 2000.
Is there a specific reason why you keep poking Mr. Wilson in his chest over and over?
That was me tapping Mr. Wilson. I'm handsy. I talk with my hands. I touch people. I say stuff like, "Hey, brother, that's me. That's me. That's how I am."
Okay, so again, I'm going to ask you, was there a specific reason why you kept poking Mr. Wilson in his chest?
Because I am handsy. I speak with my hands, and that's how I talk. That's how I am.
That's your answer?
That is my answer.
2013.
So what have I done wrong? Can you articulate
Always. I can.
Now, what we see is you begin to push Mr. Wilson to start walking towards your vehicle. Is there any reason why you started to initiate Mr. Wilson to walk towards your vehicle?
I'm not pushing. That's not pushing.
I didn't say that.
You're directing.
It's a very specific question. Was there any reason why you nudged Mr. Wilson to make him walk towards your vehicle? You're not just going to let this person that you detained start walking freely. You were walking Mr. Wilson towards your vehicle. What was the purpose of that?
I was directing Mr. Wilson toward my vehicle. It looks like I was. If it was, possibly my intent at that time might have been to put him in the back of my car.
Right. So it was kind of
Like,
right. It was kind of like I'm showing some intention that you're going under arrest if you don't provide your information. Correct?
no, incorrect.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to go into the back of my car if you don't give information then?
No, I can walk you to the back of my car and have you sit down so where you're seated.
Oh,
The
okay.
door can be
Articulate it
open.
all day, every day. I'm really good at it.
what did I do wrong?
What are you really good at, Mr. Emelike?
I'm good at not letting you continue to call me Mr. Emelike, attempting to get under my skin, Richard.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
I'm
I'll just
good
start
at,
saying Delancy. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've been saying that name for over 2 years now, and that's just what it is. So I'll call you Mr. Delancy from now on, but we'll continue from where we were.
Cameras in 2013.
So what have I done wrong? Can you articulate
Always. I can articulate it all day, every day. I'm really good at it.
What are you good at, Mr. Delancy?
I believe I am good at dealing with people that are difficult, dealing with people that are attempting to get a rise out of individuals. I think I'm good at being able to
Can you
relate.
answer the
to
question?
folks.
Can you just answer the question as it pertains
That's what
to
you asked me. What am I good at? I'm telling you what I'm good at.
Okay, right here you said, I will rewind it back. Just answer to the deposition.
I'm the one that asked for cameras in 2013.
so what have I done wrong? Can you articulate
Always. I can articulate it all day, every day. I'm really good at it.
So you said you can articulate it all day, every day. You're really good at it. What are you good at articulating?
Why it was you were in handcuffs?
Oh, really? Well, if that was the case, you wouldn't have made a mistake and put me in handcuffs for obstruction of justice, would you have?
You were in
Check to form.
handcuffs for what you did.
Well, it doesn't look like you're very good at articulating if you're using charges that are not real to arrest someone.
what did I do wrong?
Sir, I'm asking you for your information. You don't want to give it.
I didn't say that. I'm just talking.
When did you ever ask me for my information? You said, I've asked for your information and you don't want to give it. When did you ever ask?
I said you're going to give me your information.
I asked you a very specific. Okay, let's change it. Did you ever ask Mr. Wilson for his information? Yes or no?
I didn't say the words, can you give me your information? I said, are you going to give me your information? I believe what it was.
Okay, so
More
you
of a
never
statement.
asked Mr. Wilson, what is your information, correct?
I didn't say, what is your, I don't believe I said that in that manner. No.
I mean, okay, in that manner, period. In any form or fashion. Did you ever ask Mr. Wilson, what is your name, date of birth, any of that?
No, I didn't ask him that. No, I didn't ask you that. No.
So was Mr. Wilson charged with any crime?
No. No crimes.
So Mr. Wilson was handcuffed, arrested and detained, but no charges were ever filed?
He wasn't arrested. He was detained.
A custodial arrest is an arrest, man. What don't you understand about that?
My name's not there.
Okay. Mr. Wilson was detained, correct?
He was detained. Yes, sir.
Okay, but no charges were ever filed against Mr. Wilson?
I didn't charge. No charges.
If no charges were filed, what was the legal justification for the custodial arrest?
Mr. Wilson had his VIN concealed, didn't have registration on the vehicle to be able to identify the vehicle. I had reasonable articulable suspicion based on the totality of what was happening. I have discretion. I didn't even cite you for the violations.
And because you were involved in a traffic stop with another vehicle, which you have already testified to earlier,
Mhm.
really had no justification to of a crime being committed by Mr. Wilson, right? He wasn't committing a crime in any form or fashion, correct?
At what points are we talking right now? Because you put a generality out there.
Never mind. We'll move forward. No worries.
Where's your information? So I can get you out of here and so we could get out of here real quick. Where's your information? Your driver's license, registration, and insurance.
It's in my car, but you haven't even given me a chance of putting me in handcuffs.
So that was the first time where you really asked me a question. Where is your information? And did Mr. Wilson answer you immediately?
Yes, you did.
What did he say?
You said it's in your car.
Because you want to play the game.
I'm not playing.
Now, I want to ask you, what game are you speaking of that Mr. Wilson's playing?
Are you going to let me speak or are you going to cut me off in between?
Well, let's just rewind it. We'll play it one more time, and we want to know specifically what the game
No,
is.
Here real
I have
quick.
the answer. I'm
Where's
just
your
asking you.
information? Your driver's license, registration, and insurance.
It's in my car, but you haven't even given me a chance of putting me in handcuffs.
Because you want to play the game.
What is the game, Emelike? Excuse me, Mr. Delancy. Sorry.
The game you want to play is you want to go ahead and have someone do something to you. You want someone to violate your rights in some which way, shape, or form so that you can sue them. You can then put it on YouTube so then you can have someone that, oh, look at this person. They violated my rights. No one's violating your rights. Look at how rude this person was. Look how they treated me. But what you won't tell them or highlight is how you said at the end of it,
Excuse
shook my
me.
hand, I respected you. You're saying
Excuse-
you wanted to know what the game was. That's the game.
Excuse
That's the
me.
game I'm referencing.
At this point right now, in the video, you have you don't even know who I am. So why are you acting as though at this point in time in the video, you knew anything about me as far as what you know of now? At this point in this video, what did you mean by the game?
That's what I meant by the game. You cannot tell me. You can only ask me. I'm telling you. That's what my belief was.
Did were you aware if Mr. Wilson had a YouTube video at this time or YouTube channel?
No
Okay.
clue.
Did you have any knowledge of the intent of why Mr. Wilson had traveler plates on his private automobile?
I cannot speak to you, but I have seen other folks with those same kind of plates and listened to their interactions with law enforcement.
Okay, so you had no evidence of Mr. Wilson trying to play a game of any sorts, did you?
I had a belief.
Okay, and your belief cannot be sustained as evidence in relation to Cameron Wilson's intentions, can they be?
My belief can be sustained as in me thinking what game you were playing.
Okay. Standing up on your constitutional rights is not a game, is that correct?
No, I stand on mine all the time. No.
Standing on your creator endowed rights is not a game, is it?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Are you not aware of what creator endowed rights are?
No, what is that?
Did you take an oath to the Constitution?
I did.
So you're telling me you took an oath to the Constitution, both Oregon and the United States of America, but you do have no recollection or understanding of what creator endowed rights are?
I don't recall what they are. What are they, sir?
What about unalienable rights?
My what? I'm sorry.
Your unalienable rights?
Unalienable? I don't think I've heard unalienable before.
What about life, that everyone has a guaranteed liberty to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
Yes.
Did you know it's a violation to harm someone's happiness if there's no crime being committed?
I don't know if there's a violation to do that, but I know that's something that should not be done.
Well, you just stated that we have a sacred liberty to life. You said we have a sacred guarantee for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
I did not say we had a sacred, I did not say that. That's what you're saying.
Okay.
You spoke about liberty and justice and
Continue.
and
We'll continue.
I'm not
No,
playing
no, no.
any game.
You do. So where?
So Mr. Wilson says, I'm not playing any game. And you continuously say, you do. So if Mr. Wilson states his stance and you infer your stance upon him, do you see how that could be misleading?
misleading to whom?
Well, the people that you're training that are not police officers yet.
No, I don't agree with that.
No? Okay.
What is it?
Where in here is your information, sir, so we can get you up out of here real quick? As long as your license is valid, the vehicle is not stolen, and you have insurance on the vehicle, we will go from there. They may not even give you a citation.
So let me ask you this. Was there any public interest in relation to whether my private automobile was registered or not?
The interest would have been if it was stolen. Yes, it needs to be registered so whoever the actual owner is can obviously be identified. Yeah, absolutely.
Was there any public interest in relation to Mr. Wilson's status of whether his vehicle was registered or not?
Yes.
Who was the people that were of public interest?
The belief that if there is a potential that a vehicle was stolen, the interest could be in the person whom the vehicle rightfully belonged to.
Did you have any reports that the vehicle was stolen?
I couldn't identify. There was no identifying marks.
Did you have any reports that this vehicle was stolen?
There were no reports. I couldn't identify the vehicle, Mr. Wilson.
Are you aware that every living being in America has a right to privacy?
We have a right to privacy.
For failure to display registration.
Failure to display registration?
You have to display registration. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that in a commercial capacity? One who is employed to drive on the roads?
So you're traveling, you're not driving is what you're telling me.
So here, Cameron Wilson asks your terminology of how you think things, and then you infer what you think Mr. Wilson is stating or believing, correct?
From your plates. Your plates are your traveler.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I have my private license plates on. So.
Yeah, I know. I've watched travelers and read up as best I can over the past 12 years prior to being in law enforcement to understand it. But what happens is you never win in court.
I actually have proof that I won in court.
Well, good for you. If you don't have a valid driver's license,
show it to you? That I have proof right here that I've already won?
well, you can win all day. Here's what you won't do.
You keep poking Mr. Wilson in his chest. Why do you keep what is the point of touching Mr. Wilson like that?
Don't use the word poking because you're trying to lead. It's not poking. Gently touched. No poke. It was gently touching.
Do you understand how other people can take what you think as gently touching as poking?
No. Someone watches that video, they can see that is no poke. That's gently touching.
Do you understand how Mr. Wilson could possibly not like being touched in that manner?
Yes, I can understand that. Yes. If you said that you didn't like being touched in that manner, I could understand that. Yes, sir.
Do you understand that Mr. Wilson believes that you poked him?
You can believe that. Yes, sir.
You won't win with me. Here's why you won't win with me. As long as your license is valid and you have insurance.
I don't have a driver's license. Proof right here that I've already won.
Well, you can win all day. Here's what you won't do. You won't win with me. Here's why.
So it sounds here from this state. Well, let's ask this. What won't I win with you about?
For the context of that, if you did not have a valid driver's license, if your vehicle did not have current insurance, if I had decided to cite you into the municipal court, I had enough, no license, no insurance. That goes against Oregon statutes. So we go to court How could I lose when you don't have those items that you're required to have them?
You won't win with me. As long as your license is valid and you have
What you're stating pretty much is it doesn't matter what the court says. You're the enforcer, correct?
No, incorrect.
insurance.
I don't have a driver's license.
Okay, well then you're not going to win with me then. Because you're going to get a citation.
Uh-oh. Why did that happen? Come on, man. It's not cool.
From you.
I have identification.
Where's it at, sir?
I would be able to take care.
This is valid and you have insurance.
I don't have a driver's license.
Okay, well then you're not going to win with me then. Because you're going to get a citation for operating a vehicle with no license.
That'd be fine, but I would take care of that in court with the
Yes, sir.
with the motions.
Yes, sir. That's fine. So where is your driver's license or where's some kind of identification from you?
I have identification.
Where's it at, sir?
I would be more than happy to get it for you, but I do not consent to any searches or seizures of my vehicle.
Am I in your
whatsoever.
vehicle?
No,
Have I even touched your vehicle?
So let me ask you this. All of this information that we're going back and forth on stems from essentially an illegal arrest, right? Based on obstruction?
No,
Is it okay, so it's not based on an arrest of obstruction?
no,
You didn't say I'm arresting you for obstruction and then read my Miranda rights?
you were being detained and you were advised of your Miranda rights. That's what
Okay.
happened.
Based on obstruction, right? Of justice?
I said that, and I also talked about you not your VIN being covered, concealed.
Okay. So again, there was no obstruction, right?
The obstruction statute would not have applied.
Okay. So again, what legitimate law enforcement purpose justified handcuffing Mr. Wilson immediately after he requested badge numbers?
Mr. Wilson was placed in handcuffs because Mr. Wilson didn't have a registration plate or the VIN being able to be seen. The VIN, in my estimation, was intentionally covered. So that's why Mr. Wilson was placed in handcuffs. As I stated, maybe about 40 seconds prior to that, wanted to make sure the vehicle wasn't stolen.
Are we good to take a break, Keegan? It's about a good time?
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask you.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
About time. Yeah, it was about time. How long you want to do? You want to do about 15, 20 minutes? What do you want to do?
That works okay. I just want to make sure everyone has time to eat some food if everyone needs to. Are
A
you
little
set
longer?
for lunch, Emelike? Or Emily? Damn, now I'm doing it.
It happens. See? It happens.
It's fine, Keegan. I'll just stop answering when I'm called Emelike.
Yeah,
don't know
there
who
you
that
go.
Yeah.
Have a very unique name. So I have to take us off the
Yeah.
record.
Please do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The time is now 2:54 p.m. We are now off the record. The time is now 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back on the record.
Okay. Now, Mr. Let's see, Delancey.
Before you start, sir, is my counsel?
Yes, I'm present.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you for checking, though. Good catch.
Okay, let's see here. So we're going to come back to the video that we were watching, which is Exhibit C of your body cam.
I know.
I'm not sure,
I know.
sir.
But no.
I'm not sure.
I haven't even touched your vehicle at any point.
What would you like from me? Like,
I want some
what have I
picture
done
identification. You're operating a vehicle with no registration. You cannot have it. I have to pay $280-something to the greedy city of Portland and the state of Oregon for the 4 vehicles I have for registration.
Now, we see you making some comments in relation to the greedy city and state of Portland. Do you care to make any comments about that whatsoever?
I said what I said.
Okay.
Nope.
Do you feel as though the city of do you think the city of Portland is greedy?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't agree actually with the registration itself then?
Nope, I don't say I don't agree with it. I just said that they're greedy.
Well, if you feel as though they're greedy, then you're upset in some form or fashion, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it's too much. Shouldn't be that much.
So what exactly did you say about Oregon's approach to traffic tickets and fees then?
Let me say it really clear for you, Mr. Wilson, so you and when you spread it, everyone can hear. I don't write a whole bunch of traffic tickets, especially it's tough times then, it's tough times now.
Excuse me, that's not what I asked you. Okay.
You're asking me what I said about the tickets. I'm telling you.
Okay, well, we'll move on. Let's be specific too. When you described Oregon as greedy regarding tickets, what did you mean by that?
It's too much. The
Okay.
fines are too heavy.
Do you believe that Oregon's traffic enforcement is primarily motivated by revenue generation?
No,
No?
no.
Well, you were just speaking on it's too much, and in hard times, you don't like to give tickets because of the monetary aspect. You just said on the record. So, well, again, I'm going to ask you, do you believe that Oregon's traffic enforcement is primarily motivated by revenue generation?
No.
Okay. Did you tell Mr. Wilson that, well, let's keep going. Hold on.
It irritates me because I said, what do I get for my 280?
Well,
I say nothing.
Well, I'll tell you, it's their privilege to do commerce on the public road.
No, I'm just driving back and forth taking my children. There's no commerce in that.
Then you don't need a driver's license for that.
Now, let me ask you something, just real quick. I'll make sure to get you full screen on this one. We are not having him spotlighted. Spotlight for everybody. So let me ask you a quick question. Are you aware of the definition of street and road in your county of Hood River?
No.
Okay. Are you aware of the definition of street or road in your municipal codes in Hood River?
No.
Okay. So you're out here stating that you're doing traffic enforcement, but you don't even know the definition of street or road in your municipal city code and ordinance and or your county, correct?
The definition of street and road, what they have in the county ordinance or what they have written, I don't know what those are.
Okay. So the police department is supposed to abide by city ordinances, correct?
And state statute, yes.
Okay. I didn't ask anything about a state statute. I asked you, the city of police, Hood River Police Department is supposed to abide by the Hood River City Ordinance, correct?
One facet, yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. They're supposed to abide by the county codes of Hood River, your police department, correct?
Those are different, Mr. Wilson. Some county codes and city codes are different.
Okay. So yes or no? Are you supposed to abide by county codes or not? Yes or no?
That's not a yes or no question.
It is. Aren't
It's
we
not
all?
a yes or no answer. It's not a yes or no answer.
So since you're unaware, would you think it would be wise to kind of understand the definition of street and or highway, byway, road? Let me ask you this. Are you aware that street and road is defined as open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel?
I'm aware of that.
Okay. So if you're aware that it's open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel, and we've already gone through the aspects of the federal definitions of drive, we can see how every member of the public that owns these roads have eligibility, according to your Hood River municipal codes and county codes, that the streets are open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel, correct?
For vehicular travel, if that's what it says.
Okay. So then again, we get back to the aspect of being required to have something that is not applicable would be a constitutional violation or deprivation of rights, correct?
I will not agree with that because I don't know where you're going with that. I don't,
Well,
I don't
it's
break that
it's
down.
it's because you're not a lawyer, nor do you study law. So this would be kind of like a legal question, right? And you wouldn't know that, would you? Were you trained on that by chance? Did anybody at the police department decide to train you on the definitions of your own municipal code?
We have municipal codes that we have available for us to read and are trained on.
Okay, and they failed to train you in relation to the differences of driving and then one who has a right to travel on your roads?
No, I wasn't failed. That you can travel, you can walk, or you can go by
What I'm
horse or carriage.
what I'm asking you, no, it's that your street and road definition in Hood River says open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel. It doesn't say by foot, doesn't say by car or bike, it says vehicular travel. It doesn't say driving, it says travel. So did your department ever train you on the definitions of your own county? I mean, you've been there, you said 14 years, right?
Yes, sir.
And at no point did you ever seek to go out and desire to find the definition of driver street. Is that correct?
I never said that.
Well, I asked you if you knew the definition. You said you didn't. So apparently you didn't. We'll see. So let's keep going here. We are doing this one, this one.
You do. What's your first name, sir? No, I'm just driving back and forth taking my children. There's no commerce in that.
Then you don't need a driver's license for that.
You do.
Privilege to do commerce on the public road.
No, I'm just driving back and forth taking my children. There's no commerce in that.
Then you don't need a driver's license for that.
You do.
Did you hear Officer Junt in the background say, just take him to jail?
He did.
Any reason to, want to have me in jail?
I would have to ask Officer Junt.
What do you think he was thinking at that moment?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Was Cameron still being a gentleman up to this point?
Argumentative, but not rude.
What's your first name, sir?
What I do, guys, I'm just talking to you. I'm being really...
The state of Oregon requires you to have a driver's license.
It does.
Does the state of Oregon require any person who is passing through their state to have a driver's license from Oregon?
You can have it from any state.
I can have it in any state. I do have a choice to have one or not have one. But am I required?
If you are operating on the roadways, you are required.
Okay. Even if those roadways are open as a matter of right, like we just went through?
You are required to have a driver's license.
Okay. Even if that requirement violates the constitutional right to movement, free travel, and the right to self-governance?
You are required to have a driver's license.
Okay. So regardless of constitutional rights, one is not actually free then, in your opinion, as far as a free American, if they're required to do something, correct?
Not my opinion. You're required.
Okay.
Driving is not a right, it is a privilege.
It is.
You failed to provide us with your driver's license.
My good sir.
Did you hear Cameron Wilson there confirm exactly what Officer Junt was stating?
You did.
Okay. What did Cameron agree to or acknowledge?
It seemed like you agreed to driving is not a right. It's a privilege.
Correct. Okay. Perfect.
You go to jail and you sit there until your fingerprints come back.
Have I been cordial? Hey guys.
You will sit there
Officer.
on deal with those warrants afterwards.
My good sir, have I been cordial?
Is there any reasoning why Officer Junt got a little hostile and started screaming at Cameron Wilson, or raising his voice, should I say?
Objective form.
Well,
Any reason whatsoever to raise his voice?
you weren't providing the information that, as you stated, that I was now asking you for. You weren't providing it.
Was I not providing it, or were you all speaking with me? I think I was being
I
spoken.
wasn't speaking. I wasn't speaking. Officer Junt was.
You were in agreement with him. Let's please not be argumentative here, okay? So we'll play it back.
What I do, guys, I'm just talking to you. I'm being really...
Hearing present. The state of Oregon requires you to have a driver's license.
It does.
Driving is not a right, it is a privilege.
It is.
You failed to provide us with your driver's license.
My good sir.
You go to jail and you sit there until your fingerprints come back.
Have I been cordial? Hey guys.
You will sit there
Officer.
on deal with those warrants afterwards.
My good sir, have I been cordial with you guys? I haven't been
No, you
rude
have
or...
not.
It's passive aggressive.
So you make a statement and judgment of Mr. Wilson's character by stating that he is passive aggressive. Could you list out any ways that Mr. Wilson was passive aggressive? Well,
Oh,
actually,
Mr. Wilson.
excuse me, strike that. Let me ask you this. Was Mr. Wilson being rude in any form or fashion?
To me, no. Maybe to Officer Junt he was.
Was Mr. Wilson being hostile or threatening in any manner?
Hostile to me, no. To Officer John, probably. I don't think you were being aggressive, though.
Was Mr. Wilson simply asking questions?
Mr. Wilson was not simply. Let's remove the word simply. I don't agree with simply.
Was Mr. Wilson
was
asking
questions.
questions?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm just talking to you guys.
What's your first name?
On my opinion. That's it.
What's your first name, sir?
I don't understand.
What's your first name, sir?
My name is Cameron Wilson.
Did Mr. Wilson provide his information once requested?
Not once requested, after about, I think, 3 times. Yes.
Okay, those three times that you asked, was it within 10 seconds?
Before that, I asked Mr. Wilson his name. Mr. Wilson didn't give it.
Okay,
Initially.
did Mr. Wilson provide his information?
Yes, you did.
Spell Cameron for me.
Cameron.
Okay, what's your middle name?
James.
James?
Yes, sir.
Wilson, Wilson. What's your date of birth?
2587.
2587. How old are you, sir?
35.
And your ID, if you ever had one, is out of what state?
It's out of Texas.
So, Mr. Wilson provided all of his information, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you tell Mr. Wilson that you get nothing for paying traffic fees and registration fees?
When did I say traffic fees? I never said traffic fees.
We were speaking about fees and registrations, right? You said, will you pay that $280? Didn't you say you get nothing? You feel as though you get nothing out of that?
Let's be clear what I said. I never spoke about traffic fees. It was about registration.
That's
I
part of
questioned
traffic.
what I got.
Okay. Did you say you get nothing?
I questioned what it is that I got. Yes.
Okay. Did you say you get nothing?
I might have said nothing. Yes, I said nothing. Yes. Traffic fees were not in that. Registration is what I was referencing.
What did you mean when you said you get nothing for paying such fees?
What do I get for it? I was being sarcastic at that point, and some seriousness to it as well.
Well, I wouldn't think that you would say you were being sarcastic when earlier you said you had an issue with it here today. So now are you changing how you feel within a 15-minute period? Not even?
Is that a rhetorical question, or you want me to answer that?
I mean, you've changed your...
I haven't changed.
Were you expressing frustration with Oregon's traffic fee system?
With the amount, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Do you believe that traffic enforcement should be about public safety rather than administration?
It should be about safety. Yes.
Have you made similar statements about Oregon's greed to other citizens during traffic stops?
I've made it to anyone if we get on that kind of a conversation.
Is criticizing Oregon's revenue-driven enforcement something you do regularly?
I didn't criticize Oregon. I was talking about Portland.
Do you believe your statements about Oregon's greed were appropriate during a law enforcement encounter?
Absolutely. I was talking about Portland. Yes. I'll say it again. Yes.
Were you trained to discuss Oregon's traffic fees policies with citizens during stops?
That's called being human. Absolutely, you can.
Does the Hood River Police Department have policies about officers criticizing state revenue systems?
I didn't criticize a state revenue system.
Have you been disciplined for making statements critical of Oregon's traffic enforcement?
No.
Do you understand that your statements about Oregon's greed suggest that traffic enforcement is revenue-driven rather than safety-driven?
No, it is not.
But you just answered that okay. If traffic enforcement is primarily about revenue, does that affect how you approach traffic stops?
It is not simply about revenue. That's what you're saying, not what I said.
Are you aware of any quotas or expectations for traffic citations in your department?
That is illegal. Our department would be decertified.
Have you ever been encouraged to write more tickets to generate revenue?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You sure?
I'll say it again. Clearly, the answer is no.
Okay. Do you receive any financial incentive based on the number of tickets you write?
No, none.
Does the city of Hood River benefit financially from traffic citations?
That portion, I do not know. If they do, it's minute, I'm sure.
You're unaware?
Yeah, I'm unaware. I don't know.
Are you aware how traffic citation revenue is used by the city in any aspect?
No.
Okay, give me one moment. So, Mr. Delancey, have you included your statements about Oregon's greed in your official reports?
I never spoke on Oregon's greed. I spoke about the city of Portland. So no.
Why did you omit your criticism of the ticketing system, like you speak so poorly of, from your police report?
I didn't speak of a ticketing system.
Registration system? Why didn't you include that in your report?
There are multiple things not included in the report.
Why was that? Why did you omit that?
Because a report isn't designed to have every single piece of information in it.
Were you concerned that your statements about Oregon's greed might undermine the case?
I didn't know there was a case, and there was nothing to undermine.
Have you been advised by supervision or attorneys to minimize your statements about Oregon's greed or the city?
Object to this question insofar as it relates to statements from counsel, and I'm going to direct you not to answer anything about conversations with attorneys.
So, have you been advised by any supervision to minimize your statements about your statements of the greed?
Under the direction of my counsel, I will not answer that.
I'm sorry, I should be clear. He can ask about supervisors, just not any conversations with me or any other attorneys.
Oh, okay. Well, no, nothing with supervisors, no.
Are you embarrassed about your acknowledgement of your statements in relation to stating that the city of Portland is greedy and that you get nothing?
Embarrassed? No,
Correct.
I'll say it again. Would you like me to say it again?
Do you wish you had not made those statements about the greediness?
Oh, I'll say it again.
Okay. Okay, let's move back into Exhibit C.
Status check. Name, DOB, Oregon, Texas.
But do you see what I'm saying? I'm just talking to you guys. I haven't been rude.
That's passive aggressive, though. We got it.
We just got differences of opinions.
It's passive aggressive.
I've been to the courts, my guys, and
Is there any specific reason why you continuously call Mr. Wilson passive aggressive over and over?
I have the right to have an opinion. It was my opinion.
Can you see how that can incite some emotion out of someone by continuously calling them something that they are not?
I have an opinion, and if you were incited by that, I apologize.
I appreciate your apology, but do you see how that is very unprofessional to call someone name?
I don't believe it to be nope, I don't believe it to be unprofessional. No.
So you think it's okay to call someone, well, specifically, let me ask you this. So was Cameron Wilson being passive aggressive?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay. Are you aware of the definition of passive aggressive?
My understanding of passive aggressive is someone who, like yourself, will speak slowly, even speak politely, but in the back of that what it is that you're saying, you're that individual that will be like, no, you're an example, you throw a rock and hide your hand. That's how I believe you are.
Okay. So the definition of passive aggressive behavior is a communication that in the mind of the speaker is based on a strong negative emotion, such as anger, but it is expressed using words that do not convey the emotion, including completely avoiding direct communication when it is socially customary. Okay? It can be effective to avoid confrontation, rejection, and criticism, but can be confusing, annoying, and exasperating to a recipient of the communication due to the discordance between what they hear and what they perceive. Okay. So what you described is not passive aggressive behavior.
It is.
So, okay. All right. That's what you believe?
Yes, the recipient being me
Okay.
is how
So,
I received it.
okay. So was Cameron Wilson showing emotion of anger?
You were angry, but you weren't showing it. So your handshake didn't match your smile is basically what it is. Look that up.
So you agree that Cameron Wilson was angry then?
Yeah,
Okay.
you were upset. Yeah.
Why, in your mind, do you think Cameron Wilson was upset?
Well, one reason could be that you weren't going to get your way with me as far as speaking, because you seem to be, to me, in my mind, someone who, if you interact with law enforcement, likes to be the one that's telling them, this is how it's going to go, this is what's going to happen. And that just wasn't jiving with me. No.
So in the very beginning of this, you came up and said that you're not above me, correct?
No, I am not above you.
Okay, so it really doesn't matter how you jive with Mr. Wilson or not, because you don't have authority over him, do you?
As a man, I don't believe I'm better than you as a man.
Okay,
No,
I
sir.
didn't ask that. I said you don't have authority over Mr. Wilson, do you?
I would have authority over you based on the fact of law enforcement. That gives me the authority. I was referencing not being a better man than you.
Okay, and that again requires probable cause of a crime being committed, correct?
No, reasonable articulable suspicion.
Okay, and are you aware of the Rodriguez versus United States case?
Not in its entirety. What is that?
Didn't you say you get trained on new constitutional law in the very beginning?
I get trained on a whole bunch of laws, Mr. Wilson.
And
Don't remember each and every one of them.
Do you remember that that's your job? I'm sorry, that's your job, but that's part of your job is to know them. And when constitutional violations occur, whether you do it in ignorance or design, you're responsible. You must respond in damages. That's case law.
Fortunately, I didn't.
All right, so Officer, excuse me, Officer Delancy. Okay, let's continue moving forward. Unsolicited opinions, I really don't need.
I got proof right here. I keep them with me
Last
that
of Wilson, Whiskey India, Lima
What you're
Sierra.
telling
Wow, that's nice.
Had one is out of what state?
It's out of Texas.
160. Status check. Name DOB, Oregon, Texas.
But do you see what I'm saying? I'm just talking to you guys. I haven't been rude.
That's passive aggressive, though. We got it.
We just got differences of opinions.
It's passive aggressive.
I've been to the courts, my guys, and I got proof right here. I keep them with me.
Last
that
of Wilson, Whiskey India, Lima
What
Sierra,
you're telling me is
Ocean
completely
November.
different than what the
First
judges
of
are telling
Cameron,
me. And
Charlie
I have
Alpha,
proof. So
Mike Echo, Romeo, Ocean November.
I have
No,
proof.
changed.
I live here in Oregon. What
Juliet
are you
Alpha,
talking about?
Mike
I
Echo,
have the
Sierra,
proof right in my car. I keep it
DOB,
with me.
25 of 87.
So I don't know
You
why
went to court on one but not having a driver's license?
Yeah, and one.
Ooh, I love it.
I have the dismissal without prejudice and everything, guys. So I don't.
You won?
Again, driving is a privilege, not a right.
I want you to show me that.
Exactly.
Again, Mr. Junt says driving is a privilege, not a right. Correct?
That's what he said.
And did Cameron Wilson say exactly?
I believe you did.
So Cameron Wilson is in agreement of your comprehension that driving is a privilege, correct?
That's what it would seem like.
Okay. But it also seems like there's not a comprehension, or maybe there is. Maybe we get to a point here in a minute where you show us that you do know the difference between driving and traveling, correct?
Let's get there. Let me see.
I'm asking you a question now. We do get to a point later where you distinguish the difference between driving and traveling, correct?
I may.
I want you to, because if you've won, I will not renew my driver's license, and I will be irritated if they try to get me in trouble.
Let me ask you this. Did you renew your driver's license, Mr. Delancy?
Absolutely. I absolutely did.
So you're not I know this might not be the best question, but it seems as though you're not a man of your word, are you?
I absolutely am.
So when you made a statement such as, I will not renew my license if you show me that you won, you
You didn't show me.
Okay.
You didn't show me.
Okay.
for that if you've won.
Okay, I'll show you.
Because I don't want to pay them $75. And I also don't want to pay $284 every time I got to renew each one of my vehicles.
Well, it's true.
You don't want to pay them either, do you, Delancy?
280? No, sir. That's a lot.
Well, let me
I don't
ask
want
you
to pay
this.
taxes either.
Well, let me ask you this. Are these roads owned by the public or the city?
They're public roadways.
Okay, so the public owns them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your, again, definition within your county and municipal code says that those streets are open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Right, not privilege, correct? Right.
If that's what's written in there. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and it says travel, not driving, correct?
If that's what's written in there, correct.
I can show you.
Yep.
Can I show you?
I'll let you show me in a second.
All right.
Do you know what? I don't even cite people for their vehicle registration being expired. I don't cite them. I stop them and say, hey, your stuff got to be in, check them out, then I let them go.
No, but
Because I always think, why am I paying $280
Okay, excuse me.
for something that I don't even see benefit?
So excuse me. Can I get these handcuffs removed?
You gonna be cool?
What you asked Mr. Wilson, is he going to be cool? But yet you've stated that Cameron Wilson's been a gentleman this whole point. So let me ask you this. What purpose effectuated putting Mr. Wilson in handcuffs?
Reasonable articulable suspicion.
Okay.
He was detained.
Did you ever ask Mr. Wilson to just give over his information?
I did. And
Without
I wrote it down.
Before putting him in handcuffs, did you ever just
No.
ask Wilson
No.
for his information?
No,
Could-
no.
Could you have just asked Mr. Wilson for his information before putting him in handcuffs?
The way in which I worded it, I felt I was asking, but as I look back, it wasn't formulated like a question, so I could understand it not being asked.
Correct. Which breaks the whole chain of due process. You understand that, right?
No, I don't understand that.
You don't understand due process rights? Like the
I don't
rights that
understand.
you have in
I don't
relation.
understand how you're trying to label it together, but to appease you,
Okay.
yes, I understand it.
So let's try and ask you some questions here and spotlight you to see if we can get you to comprehend this. So there has to be reasonable suspicion of some sort of crime, correct?
Which I had, yes.
Okay. And crime usually is in relation to someone being harmed, correct?
It's in relation to only someone being harmed? No, there can be property crime as well.
Okay. And so you made an assumption that because Mr. Wilson had some papers on his car, that gave you reasonable suspicion that it might be stolen, correct?
No, that was not the only thing.
Okay, what was the only thing? Other thing?
It wasn't any one only thing. It was a totality.
Okay, totality. Great. And again, you didn't stop Mr. Wilson, did you?
I did.
Or create a traffic stop on Mr. Wilson, did you?
Yep, when you were told to stop, that's when all the traffic stop occurred.
Perfect.
I've been cool this whole time, and you know it.
You got any weapons on you?
No, sir, I don't.
Turn around.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Y'all got me out here.
You said you're aware that that the other officers gave depositions, correct?
Yes, I heard that they did.
Okay. You're aware that they don't agree with you in the same aspect that you made a traffic stop upon me?
That's on them.
Right.
That's on them.
Is it maybe because they know that there was no legitimate traffic stop and the encounter was actually consensual until you came up and threatened false charges?
No, it was a traffic stop. It wasn't consensual.
It wasn't consensual. But it turned into an obstruction, right? Was it a traffic stop or was it an investigation in relation to obstruction? Which one?
It was a traffic stop that morphed into an investigation of a potential crime.
Potential crime. What crime?
You had your VIN covered, what I believe to be intentionally. You didn't have registration plates on the vehicle. You were about 250 to maybe 300 feet away from the vehicle by the timing that we walked up. You refused to come back initially when you were shouted at to come back. So the totality of it.
Okay, let me ask you this. Stated earlier you were unaware if Mr. Wilson was a resident of Oregon, right?
Earlier, no, unaware.
Okay. How could Cameron Wilson know that putting his papers up on his car would constitute a crime if he's never been put on notice because he's not a resident? How would Mr. Wilson know that putting his papers up on the dashboard is a crime, like you say, if he's not a resident? If you don't live there, how are you supposed to know that?
The
I
same way
object to
you
the form
say,
of that question.
Okay, that's fine. Answer the question, please.
the same way you say ignorance is not a defense. Same way you say it to me, it's to you. Ignorance is not a defense.
But again, traffic infractions are not crimes, correct?
That was not a traffic infraction that I was speaking of.
Okay, we'll continue.
All cold. Already got cold, man. Golly. Can I show you?
Is there a picture of that?
I can get my ID, y'all.
Grab your ID. Let's see the ID.
So, do you any reason why there wouldn't be a picture in the system whatsoever that you're aware of?
In what system are you, and what are you talking about, Mr. Wilson?
When y'all, let me ask you this. So when you run the name and date of birth, or let's say you went to your computer and you ran everything, is there normally a
I
picture?
have a computer. Go ahead.
Does there normally information that shows up in your system, like picture or anything like that?
That is something that is done at the 911 call center. A picture can show up.
Okay.
Various reasons why it would and why it would not.
Okay. And when Mr. Wilson was finally let out of handcuffs, and Officer Junt states, is there a picture with that? Did you hear Mr. Wilson say, hey, I can get it and show you guys?
You said you can grab your ID. That's what you said. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So shows that Mr. Wilson was actually very willing to cooperate once given the opportunity, correct?
Mr. Wilson was willing to cooperate at that point.
Once given the opportunity to, correct? I mean, there was no opportunity given beforehand. So once given the opportunity, Cameron was willingly able and desiring, without any aspects, to provide his information to prove who he was, correct?
At that point, with that getting the ID, you were. Yes.
Okay. But this was the only point because he was never asked beforehand. He was immediately
You
placed.
weren't cooperative with everything. But you can go in.
And I need to see some information for your vehicle too.
Okay.
To ask a couple preliminary questions before we get through the rest of this. Do you recall the moment during the your encounter with Mr. Wilson when he showed you his paperwork?
It'll be after that.
Excuse me.
Sometime after this.
Yeah, okay. Do you recall the moment during your encounter with Mr. Wilson when he showed you his paperwork?
Which paperwork are you referencing, Mr. Wilson? Which paperwork?
Do you recall Mr. Wilson when he showed you his paperwork? Do you remember that moment in your mind?
Which paperwork, Mr. Wilson? Be specific.
Any paperwork?
You showed me some documents from Washington courts that you said showed a dismissal and it didn't. Yes, I remember that.
Okay. Did you examine each document that Mr. Wilson presented to you?
Looked at him, didn't examine them thoroughly.
Okay. After reviewing Mr. Wilson's paperwork, did you make any statements to him about his right to travel?
I'm sure I did. I don't recall, but the body camera will let us know.
You don't recall?
I don't recall exactly what I said.
Okay. Did you watch the video like you stated earlier?
When you go back, you will see. I said I watched the first 3 minutes and then 4 minutes toward like the end.
Would this be that 4 minutes towards the end?
Oh, what time frame are we at right now?
So you haven't watched this part in a long time is what you're stating?
Yeah, wasn't any need to.
Okay. Did you tell Mr. Wilson that he had the right to travel on the roads?
I would need to see that to confirm. Can't recall.
Can't recall. Do you recall using the exact words right to travel when speaking to Mr. Wilson?
I could see that, yeah. We all have a right to travel. Yes.
When you acknowledged Mr. Wilson's right to travel, were you referencing to a constitutional right?
No, we all have the right to travel. We can walk, we can horseback, horse-driven carriage, we can ride a bicycle. Yeah, you have a right to travel.
Have you received training on the constitutional right to travel?
I don't recall getting any training on the constitutional right to travel. No.
Okay, so in your police academy training, were you taught about citizens' fundamental right to travel?
We have a fundamental right to travel by horse-driven carriage, by bicycle.
I didn't ask your opinion of it. I asked.
That's what the training was, Mr. Wilson. If you're asking me what the training was, that's my recollection.
Okay, yes or no? In your police academy training, were you taught about citizens' fundamental right to travel? Yes or no?
I had some training, yes.
Do you understand that the right to travel is considered a fundamental constitutional liberty? Yes or no?
Yes.
Were you aware at the time of the encounter that the right to travel is protected by the Constitution? Yes or no?
Yes.
When you acknowledged Mr. Wilson's right to travel, did you believe he was exercising a constitutional right? Yes or no?
Yes.
After acknowledging Mr. Wilson's right to travel, did you have any legal justification to detain him further? Yes or no?
Yes.
What was it?
Again, reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, and you didn't have a valid driver's license, and your admission that you did not have, you had no proof of insurance, and your vehicle didn't have any registration. Yes. You could have been issued citations.
Do you understand that a person exercising the constitutional right to travel is not committing a crime?
Yes.
After confirming Mr. Wilson's right to travel, why did you continue the law enforcement encounter?
You didn't have a right to operate a motor vehicle on the roadway. You weren't licensed.
Do we need to read the definition of driving one more time for you on a federal regulation?
Mr. Wilson, you can read it 10 more times. I believe I stood in the law.
Okay. So is Oregon statutes, well, let's ask this. Is it named Oregon Revised Laws?
It's Oregon Revised Statutes.
So is a statute a law?
A statute is not the law in the definition which you're leading for.
Okay.
It's just it's
So
Oregon
again,
statute.
it's a statute, correct? That's why they name it statutes, right? So you've already stated that the Constitution is supreme law of the land. That's the law of the land, correct?
I did not state that, but it is.
Okay. So did you take an oath to the Oregon and the United States Constitution?
I did.
Okay. And when you violate that through ignorance or design, you must respond to damages. You are aware of that, correct?
That's what it says.
Were you trained that acknowledging someone's constitutional rights should end an unlawful detention?
Yes.
Were you aware that your acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel was being recorded?
Yes.
Do you understand that your recorded acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel is evidence in this case?
For me, yes.
Have you reviewed the audio or video recording of your acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel?
I don't know if that was in the last 4 minutes. If it was, I probably heard it. Yes.
Does the recording accurately reflect your acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel?
Let me see the recording. I don't know what recording you have.
Do you stand by your acknowledgement that Mr. Wilson had the right to travel?
Yes.
Would you make the same acknowledgement today about Mr. Wilson's right to travel?
Yes. You have a right to travel. Yes, sir.
In hindsight, do you believe your acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel was correct?
In foresight, it's still correct. You have the right to travel. Yes.
Do you understand that your acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel undermines any claim that he was engaged in unlawful activity?
No. I don't agree with that. No.
You may not agree with it, but it definitely undermines it, that's for sure. If Mr. Wilson was lawfully traveling, as you acknowledged, what justification existed for the subsequent arrest in the first place?
Mr. Wilson is incorrect. I never said you were lawfully traveling. That's not what I said. You have the right to travel.
Let's mark and continue with Exhibit C.
I'm just gonna grab some paper to show you, like I said.
Yeah, go right ahead. And your phone is still inside your pocket and it should be on, so you can hold it if you want to.
No, it's all right.
In your declaration, just real quickly, you made it a point to bring it up that I said, nah, it's all right, that I don't need to get my phone out of my pocket. That was it was a statement that you really wanted to make in relation to your declaration. Any reasoning for that?
Not a statement I wanted to make. It was a statement so you could not come later and say that you were denied the ability to take your phone out and record.
Well, if you already turned it off before and put me in handcuffs, then I was already denied. So what difference does it make at that point?
Is that a rhetorical question or you have a question for me?
I'm asking you the question, man. I know you don't like
My
it,
name
but
is not man. And what question do you have for me, Mr. Wilson?
And hold on, objecting to form of that question.
okay. So I guess my whole thing is that's why I asked you, is your body cam recording? At that point, you said yes. I knew there was no need. I had full footage of you and all of the other officers violating my rights. So I didn't need to use my phone anymore. I was focused on the mission at hand, which is proving to you what you said you wanted to see. Let's continue.
It's all good. So as you'll see here, this is for no drive at Valid's operator's license, and there's a couple more tickets involved in this. You can see the case number there is 1739. After I filed a motion, they immediately dropped it and asked me what I wanted to do with the rest because I filed a motion. The motion that I filed was in relation to just a lot of court hearings from the Supreme Court stating that we do have the right to drive on the public roads because that's in relation to...
You're traveling, yeah, you're not doing commerce.
So it seems as though, well, me personally, what I intentionally did was I made sure to mention and say drive instead of travel on purpose to see if you would give a distinction between the two. And you said, yeah, you're traveling. Even though I said drive, you made sure to make it clear that you knew the difference. And you said you're traveling, you're not doing commerce. So at that point, it shows that you clearly knew the difference. Correct?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not doing I'm not employed on the road. I'm not using the public roads that our ancestors paid for, man.
I get it.
These are our roads, my brother.
I get it.
You twice say, I get it. I get it. Therefore confirming what Cameron Wilson is saying. Correct?
No.
You know?
And you use Black's Law Dictionary.
Yes,
I know.
sir, because they're...
You then confirm that Mr. Wilson uses Black Law's dictionary because there's differences between legal words, such as what we commonly use as drive, and then that which is within federal regulations and case law and Black Law's dictionary. Correct?
I know that there's a distinction between the two. Yes.
Definitions are completely different. It's like we all ignorant. And I just be wanting to drive in private and just be myself without being... I'm not traveling with any goods or anything like that. I'm just using the public roads.
I get it.
And they...
Again, you confirm with Mr. Wilson everything that he's saying. I get it. Correct?
That's not a confirmation. That's me understanding what you're saying.
The courts have told me, man, I'm in the right.
Well, the only issue I would have with that is you're actually about to explain it a little bit further that you do agree with me. So you're kind of contradicting your statements here because you're saying that you don't agree with it, but right here on the streets in this incident, you do.
So that's why I just, I try to be as polite as possible because I understand. And I'm not here to cause no problems. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm just minding my own business.
I get it.
How many of our ancestors died?
Are you aware how many times you said "I get it" within this 30-second, 45-second period?
I am not.
You didn't count just from us watching now?
No.
Okay.
No.
For our freedom.
A whole bunch. Which is why I'm in this. That's why I'm in this uniform. I'm in this uniform because I didn't like.
Protect.
But I'm also here to inspire folks that look like me and you to get in this position.
When you say inspire folks like me and you, what did you mean by that? Me and you?
Folks that look like me and look like you. That's who I meant. And what I meant specifically, since you wanted on the record, let me say it clear. Minorities. That's what I was speaking of. That's what I was referencing.
Okay, so who's to say that Mr. Wilson is a minority?
My perception of Mr. Wilson is Mr. Wilson was a minority.
Okay. So you were inspiring people that look like a minority to get into the uniform?
Yes.
And would you think your actions, such as putting someone in handcuffs for a false charge, fall under inspiring?
If it was a false charge, which you weren't charged with anything, you were detained for reasonable articulable suspicion. Yes. That shows my fairness. Doesn't matter who you are.
But you just admitted that that was your bad and that you made a mistake.
No, that's not what I admitted.
That's not what you said earlier?
You won't twist my words. I was speaking about obstruction.
Correct.
You will be detained legally and lawfully. You will never twist my words. You won't.
We have a transcript, Delancy. Thank you.
Good.
And to do this job. So there's an understanding of when folks who are in this position deal with folks that like me and you, they don't automatically put their hand on the gun and get scared because they see
there's
someone
a lot
that
of
look like
people
me
out
and
there
you.
that want to flex and do all that First Amendment audit shit. I don't do that.
I actually like it.
I stay in my own lane.
I actually like First Amendment audits, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know, but I just stay. I just stay in my own lane and be a private. That's it.
Okay. Well, here's how.
You did say we have the right to privacy, correct?
Go that back. I don't.
No, I'm just asking. Earlier in our conversation today, you did state that I have a right to privacy, correct?
Oh yeah, to a certain degree, absolutely.
I understand what you did here.
Yeah. And I've won like 3 times now. This ain't the only motion I got boring.
Let me tell you what. Well, no, I can't tell you what's gonna happen. Let me tell you. I've dealt with someone such as yourself who was a. Well, no, I can't call you that. Well, this individual was a sovereign citizen.
So in this statement right here, it shows some real clarity in relation to how you operate and think out here in the streets. But what I find interesting is that you state that you can't call me a sovereign citizen. Why can't you call me a sovereign citizen?
I wasn't going to call you that. I didn't think that was right. You never stated that. And you don't think certain laws apply to you, but man, I wouldn't want to call you that.
Well, you're comparing me to that person. So
And then
why didn't you call me that? Why did you stop yourself from calling Mr. Wilson a sovereign citizen? Did you think he was more intelligent? What was about it that Mr. Wilson was doing that was of higher order than what you would call a sovereign citizen?
I didn't think Mr. Wilson was doing anything of higher order. I just didn't want to call you that.
Okay. Just quickly, just for reference here. This is just for your own education. This is just an Exhibit 4 real quick, or D, okay? This is a 1940 joint resolution, okay? It was in the creation of I Am an American Citizen Day. You'll see the website uscode.house.gov, okay? It's on page 178 under volume 54. And it states in the preamble, whereas some 2 million young men and women in the United States each year reach the age of 21 years, and whereas it is desirable that the sovereign citizens of our nation be prepared for the responsibilities and impressed with the significance of their status in our self-governing republic. Have you ever seen that before, Mr. Delancy?
I have not.
What is your interpretation now of a sovereign citizen after seeing that preamble?
I didn't listen to it.
You didn't listen to it?
No.
Okay, let me read it for you one more time.
I'm not going to listen to it, Mr. Wilson, but you can read it again, though.
Okay, this is all for the record for the judge, by the way. So I'll just go ahead and
That's
do
fine,
this.
sir.
Yep.
That's fine, sir.
So again, the specific definition within this joint resolution states that whereas it is desirable that the sovereign citizens of our nation be prepared for the responsibilities and impressed with the significance of their status in our self-governing republic. Let me ask you this. What is your comprehension of self-governing republic? What does that mean to you?
I don't know. I can't say. No, I don't know.
So you don't know, are you not aware that, Americans have the right to self-govern?
Saying it like that, yes. Americans have the right to self-govern. Yes.
Okay. Meaning that, and could you, well, no, we'll leave it at that. Officer Delancey, are you familiar with the Supreme Court case of Sands versus Roe regarding the right to travel?
No, I'm not.
Do you understand that the right to travel has been recognized as a fundamental constitutional right since the founding of our nation?
I don't understand that, but I know the right to travel is part of the Constitution and part of our right. Yes.
Do you understand that some Americans here on this land have ancestors that date back before the creation of the Declaration of Independence or any government whatsoever?
I don't have an understanding of that, sir. I don't know that.
You don't know that people have been here on this land since before the creation of the Constitution?
The Native Americans were here.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you currently listening to anybody in your ear or taking any advice from any people at this time?
There's nothing in my ear, sir.
Are there any audio being come? Are you speaking with anybody at this point in time?
There is nothing happening, and I am in my residence by myself, not speaking to anyone.
So no communication whatsoever with anybody?
No, sir. None whatsoever.
Okay. Are you aware of natural rights?
No, sir. What are natural rights?
Okay. Are you aware of God-given rights?
I believe I have understanding of some God-given rights.
Okay. Were you taught that the right to travel is protected under multiple constitutional amendments?
I have not heard that.
Do you understand that the right to travel includes the right to move freely between states?
Yes, that I've heard. Yes.
Are you aware of Attorney General opinions in Washington State that allow the right to travel freely?
I have no understanding of Washington State. No.
Okay. So do you see how if a resident of or someone who domiciles in Washington with certain laws and they have interstate commerce rights to travel into another state without being subjected to their plates, and your presumption of your state's laws could cause constitutional violations?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Now, did you understand that at the time that acknowledging Mr. Wilson's right to travel, which you just did in the video, would undermine any criminal charges?
Criminal charges for whom?
Were you concerned that your acknowledgement might be used as evidence in Mr. Wilson's favor?
For what reason? Mr. Wilson wasn't taken into jail or cited for anything. No.
Is that why you attempted to minimize or deny this acknowledgement in your subsequent statements?
I never minimized or denied anything, sir.
Do you recognize that your acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel is inconsistent with the reasoning for the initial detainment in the first place?
Do not agree with that.
Were you hoping that your acknowledgement of Mr. Wilson's right to travel would not be discovered?
Do not agree with that either. No.
Do you understand that attempting to hide or deny your acknowledgement could be seen as consciousness of guilt later on in trial.
There's no consciousness of guilt because there is no denial. We all have a right to travel. It's just how we travel. That's the issue.
Okay, let's continue on.
That's not what you're saying. This individual didn't have plates on their vehicle or anything along those lines. Me and him went to court. Continuance. We went to court. He lost because in the state of Oregon, you have to have it.
Well, he may have signed a driver's license or had a driver's license at one point. And what the courts say is that if you've had one and you haven't rescinded it, then that's the problem because you signed a contractual agreement with the state that you would abide by all the ORSs.
Right.
So at this moment, Mr. Wilson is advising you of the law and what he's gone through in court. And it seems as though you have a fair, good knowledge of everything because when Mr. Wilson says you have to have a contract, you said correct. Correct? Mr. Delancy?
I don't know if I was saying correct to you or someone else, but yeah.
Or someone else? Who else were you speaking with, Mr. Delancy?
The other two officers that you had a deposition with, Officer Junt and Officer Griffin, they were there. I don't know if they were speaking when I said correct. So I don't know who I was referencing or speaking to at that time.
I don't have a contractual agreement with the state of Oregon whatsoever. So I'm really outside of the jurisdiction of Oregon itself because there is no...
Have you ever been stopped in Oregon by someone?
Yeah. That's why I've had to file these in one.
But that's not Oregon, that's Washington
State. No, this was Washington. Yeah, no. That's what I say. I've got more in here. So
you've been stopped in Oregon. You got a citation for no license on one?
Yes, sir. Yeah, state police. And I had to go down to the Salem Justice Court, and I won in that one.
You won in the state? Do you have that information here?
No, not with me right now. But I do have that one because it was in a... I ended up actually just charging jurisdiction or bringing up the jurisdiction aspect that they have no jurisdiction because there is no contractual agreement within the state whatsoever, and that there was no verified complainant, right? So if there's no verified complainant whatsoever, meaning one of the public to complain against me, how can a charge be brought against me? Because you work for the corporation.
Yes, I do.
See what I'm saying?
I do.
So you're admitting the aspect that you work for a corporation. You've admitted that Mr. Wilson has the right to travel. You've distinguished between the intelligence level of Mr. Wilson versus a sovereign citizen or what you would deem a sovereign citizen, even though it's not correct to the true federal understanding and interpretation of such. So what I would like to ask you is, it seems as though this whole encounter right here is very productive, correct?
You put in a lot of information and said a lot of things that I don't agree with within that statement. You do that a lot. You put a whole bunch, then ask to correct at the end.
Let's take it back a little bit.
I've got more in here. So
you've been stopped in Oregon. You got a citation for no license on one?
Yes, sir. Yeah, state police, and I had to go down to the Salem Justice Court, and I won in that one.
You won in the state. Do you have that information here?
No, not with me right now. But I do have that one because it was in a... I ended up actually just charging jurisdiction or bringing up the jurisdiction aspect that they have no jurisdiction because there is no contractual agreement within the state whatsoever, and that there was no verified complainant, right? So if there's no verified complainant whatsoever, meaning one of the public to complain against me, how can a charge be brought against me? Because you work for the corporation.
Yes, I do.
See what I'm saying?
I do.
So you can't necessarily complain for one of the people. And so that's how they took care of it in that regard, on that one, just on those grounds alone. So, I mean, I kind of be hip to it, and I understand what y'all doing. Y'all making sure that everybody that is in commerce on the roads is in alignment, but I'm just privately traveling, and that's why I have these plates on right now. When I'm doing commerce, I do switch out my plates.
So you have plates when you're doing commerce?
Yeah.
What are those plates?
I'm not exactly sure what those plates are. They might be on.
Do you have any paperwork for the car so I can see the VIN number so I can...
Just a quick question before continuing on. Are you aware with Department of Transportation numbers?
What are you referencing? Department of Transportation numbers? What?
Are you aware of Department of Transportation numbers?
Break it down for me, Mr. Wilson. You're smarter than I am. What do you mean specifically?
I'm just asking you. Are you aware of DOT numbers? Yes or no?
I'm not aware of what DOT numbers you're referencing. No.
Okay. So are you aware that the Department of Transportation issues out numbers to people in relation to carriers?
I don't do DOT inspections, so, but I believe they do. I believe they do.
Okay. Are you aware of any types of carriers that the Department of Transportation kind of licenses they issue by chance?
I don't stop semis, so I don't know.
So no clue. Now, are you just assuming that Department of Transportation numbers are only issued to semis?
Well, I told you I don't know. You're smarter than I am, so break it down for me. I don't know.
I'd rather not. That's something that your department needs to do.
Okay, I'll ask them.
Yeah, and I can uncover it if you want, but I like to stay private.
I get it. And again, my body camera will show the entire time I never touched the vehicle at all.
Yeah, I want to stay private, man. There's the vehicle, good sir, at least on financing information.
Okay.
Let me ask you something real quick. Do you think that Mr. Wilson would have freely given you all this information if you would have just asked him in the first place?
I don't know. Don't know.
If you would have asked Mr. Wilson for his information without making threats of arresting him for obstruction, do you think things could have possibly went different, Mr. Delancy?
I don't know, Mr. Wilson, because you believe yourself to be smarter than everybody else. So I don't know. It could have.
If we could, excuse me, counsel, if we could just get him to answer without the smug remarks such as you believe to be yourself smarter and like, I mean, it's showing bad faith, of course.
I think he's trying his best to answer your question as you're giving them to him.
Okay. I mean, if you want the judge to see that, that's fine. But if you could stop with those remarks, I'm just going to request it. I don't find myself to be smarter than anybody, Mr. Delancy. I just know my rights.
Just give the VIN. Let them know that's the VIN we're out with. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do.
Yes, sir.
After my man, stop calling me sir. My name is Amy. I don't like sir or officer because then it right, but then it seems like it's a hierarchy when you're dealing with folks, and I don't like that.
So here in this statement, you say, when I hear myself being called as an officer, it seems like though there's a hierarchy, like you're above someone when you're not, which is what you stated earlier. Did you act in a manner as though you were above Mr. Wilson?
No. Extremely cordial.
What was the reasoning then? So then what was the reasoning to put Mr. Wilson in handcuffs when he had not committed a crime?
Reasonable articulable suspicion. You went past that conveniently, Mr. Wilson.
You're good. You answered. Thank you.
I know
Amy.
what the Constitution says. The power is inherent in the people.
Right.
You work for us. We've created you.
Absolutely.
It's not the other way around.
Absolutely. That's why I like people to call me by my name, Amy. You know what I mean? So.
What's up with your guy though? He's like taken to jail and it's really rough, man. What's up with that?
Because when we deal with folks,
trying to push like some
he's
kind
cool.
of emotion out.
No,
of
he's cool. He's cool. He's cool.
Have him tone that down some, man.
He's cool.
You know, I've been really
I'm not
cordial, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to issue you a citation for anything, and it's not because I am afraid.
What would there be for you to be afraid of, Mr. Delancy?
You're taking people to court and filing motion after motion after motion according to you and having paperwork. I would not be afraid to go to court with you and absolutely rely and stand on every single thing that I did, especially if I were to issue you violation citations.
Mr. Delancy, you've already made it known that you did not know me at this moment in time in which we met, correct?
Yes, but you're talking about this time, right here.
So then, if you didn't know me at the time,
Mhm.
Why are you mentioning the aspect of what I would do?
Because you just told me what you would do. You provided paperwork to show me, Mr. Wilson. You showed it to me.
Thank you. So you now are stating that you did actually, in fact, see the paperwork that I showed you, when earlier you said you didn't. Thank you. We'll
No.
continue.
Objective form on
I
that.
enjoy court.
That court's fun. I like it too, dude. To be honest with you, I
Especially
like
when they
court
let me
too.
get to do my thing and
I get to bring up all the points and I get to stand up.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it towards the end. Skip it all the way to the end somewhere where you actually tell me that you're not going to issue any citations and there's no registration.
There's no other authority. Hey, am I speaking truth? I mean,
I'm not going to issue.
I love my father. You see my big Bibles right in front, man. I don't play.
I'm not going to issue.
God-fearing man.
Yep, I get it. I'm not going to issue you any citations. Just so you know, they're saying that the vehicle, the registration that was for the vehicle is
It's out.
expired.
Yeah, that's not my registration, is it?
I get it.
So we figure out here that it's not my registration. Registration is required. Nothing's active and open. Mr. Wilson doesn't have a driver's license. So correct or incorrect?
You are incorrect with what you're saying. We don't figure anything out there.
So you didn't get a report back from your dispatch saying no warrants clear, and you just also stated they're saying that there's no registration, though, correct?
Mr. Wilson, you're not asking, you're providing statements of things I did not say. So ask the question again.
Okay. Did you issue a citation for no driver's license?
I did not. No,
Did you issue a citation for no insurance?
I did not.
Did you issue a citation for no registration?
I did not.
Did you issue a citation for no plates?
No, I did not.
Did you issue a citation for apparently obscuring the VIN?
I did not.
Did you issue any kind of citations at all?
None, not at all.
So what was the purpose of putting Mr. Wilson in handcuffs?
Reasonable articulable suspicion. I have discretion to issue you or to not.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at? 1:39. When did we come back? 12:30?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's keep going. Okay. So, you previously testified that requesting badge numbers is protected First Amendment activity, correct?
Objective form.
I didn't say requesting badge numbers is protected First Amendment activity. That's
No.
something that you should do. You should provide your badge number, sure, or identify yourself.
Okay, so if I'm requesting that, that's First Amendment activity. I can freely speak to ask you about your badge numbers, correct? Requesting badge numbers is...
You're conflating.
Okay.
You can ask
Let's
anything.
do this like this. Let's ask it like this. Is requesting badge numbers a protected First Amendment activity?
Requesting badge numbers is not a First Amendment. You can ask any question. You have freedom of speech. In that vein, sure.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson requested your badge number, correct? Yes or no?
He did.
So Mr. Wilson engaged in protected First Amendment activity, correct? Yes or no? Or correct or incorrect? Up to you.
Freedom of speech, yes, correct.
So you handcuffed Mr. Wilson about 15 seconds after he requested badge number, or while he was still in the process of requesting badge numbers, correct?
No, you had already requested badge numbers.
Had Mr. Jump provided his badge number before you put handcuffs on him?
I don't think he did, but you already requested it.
So did he provide it or not? We just watched a video.
I can't recall.
We just watched the whole thing. He didn't.
Mr. Wilson, you asking me the question. I said I can't recall, sir.
I just don't understand. We just watched it. So handcuffing and arresting someone is adverse action, correct?
That's adverse action how?
Okay. So you took adverse action against Mr. Wilson immediately after you engaged in protected First Amendment activity, correct?
No.
So you didn't take action right after or in the process of requesting badge numbers?
You're attempting to conflate the two, which I won't allow you to.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. Okay, I'm asking you.
cuffs put on you at a specific time. You weren't put in cuffs because of a First Amendment right. It was not.
Did you take adverse action against Mr. Wilson as he was engaged in a protected First Amendment activity that you just testified to?
Mr. Wilson was placed in cuffs while he was after asking Officer Junt for his badge number and name.
Thank you. You previously testified that retaliation for exercising First Amendment rights is illegal, correct?
Absolutely.
Based on the sequence of events, protected activity followed immediately by adverse action. Could you see how this appears to be a First Amendment retaliation?
No, I do not agree.
Even when you have admitted on the record that you brought forth the charge of, or you brought forth a statement of arrest of obstruction of justice and it was wrong?
That was incorrect. Yes, but I had reasonable articulable suspicion. Yes.
So do you see how a jury could look at this and actually take it as, well, yeah, he was asking for badge numbers in the middle of the badge numbers without arguing, no crime, no gram factors met, like he just puts him under arrest for a charge that actually doesn't even exist in Oregon. Do you see how someone could see that?
No, not after I explained myself. No.
Perfect. What legitimate law enforcement purpose justified handcuffing Mr. Wilson immediately after he requested badge numbers?
Mr. Wilson had his vehicle VIN covered, as he stated himself, as he acknowledged, as Mr. Wilson said, I want to remain private. 13 minutes, 48 seconds. I like to stay private. 2 other times, Mr. Wilson said, I like to stay private, which one could infer it was intentional that Mr. Wilson covered and concealed his VIN.
We're going to move on to Exhibit E. Where is that at? This one.
Seconds to walk that down. If you choose not to, I'm gonna put you in handcuffs, and I'm gonna detain you for obstruction. So.
Obstruction?
Yes, sir. It's obstruction. I want you in the front of your vehicle where you are.
My good sir, I've requested a sergeant, and I have not committed any crimes.
You have, because it's called obstruction right now. Your vehicle does not have.
Obstruction of what?
Obstruction of justice.
How am I stopping you from doing what you need to do?
Because I'm using the front of your vehicle so you can go ahead and grab all the information I will need from your vehicle. Your vehicle has plates that says.
I've requested a sergeant, and
There's
I'm
no
gonna.
sergeant available.
Your name and badge number?
My name is Emmy. I don't like the officer portion because then the officer portion makes it seem like I'm above you, which I am not. My name is Emmy. My badge number is 60.
Your name and badge number, please.
My name is Austin. Badge number 63.
Your name and badge number, please.
Sir. Okay. That's all. You're gonna be.
Did Officer Junt get a chance to answer?
No, he did not answer.
He did not answer. So before he answered, Mr. Wilson was put in cuffs, correct?
I placed you, I put my hands on you and then I put you in cuffs. Yes, sir.
Okay. So Mr. Wilson was recording the interaction on his phone, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you took Mr. Wilson's phone, correct?
Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
And you turned off Mr. Wilson's phone, correct?
I did not, I do not believe I turned it on, turned it off, pardon me. But if I did, it was unintentional.
So by turning off his phone, you stopped his recording, correct?
If I did, then I did stop the recording.
Objection to form, mischaracterizing testimony.
And you previously testified that interfering with recording rights can be a First Amendment violation, correct?
Is that what I said? But I know you should not interfere. But is that what I said specifically?
So by stopping Mr. Wilson's recording, you may have violated his First Amendment rights, correct?
Mr.
Again,
Wilson,
object to form.
Okay. So let's do it like this. Based on your training, by stopping Mr. Wilson's recording, you may have violated his First Amendment rights, correct?
Object to form again.
It's fine. Go ahead.
I don't know if I stopped your recording, Mr. Wilson.
Okay. What legitimate law enforcement purpose justified taking Mr. Wilson's phone instead of just allowing him to hold it while being handcuffed?
Handcuffing you and then you potentially dropping your phone and breaking it? I would think you would want to have your property secured.
Were you trying to prevent documentation of your actions?
No.
Is there any particular reason why you're smiling or grinning like that?
Because when the police stop me, I record them all the time.
You previously, well, let me see. Oh, yep. You previously testified about Graham factors for determining reasonable force and detainment, correct?
Yes, sir.
So the first Graham factor is the severity of the crime or suspected offense, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You mentioned obstruction of justice, but you also testify that typically involves court proceedings, correct? Now that you know a little bit more?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there were no court proceedings, correct?
No, sir. None.
Okay. So if there was no obstruction of justice, as you state, then the first Graham factor as far as the severity of the offense weighs against using force, correct?
And again, you're skipping over what was said. You were detained because reasonable articulable suspicion of the crime in regard to recovering your VIN potential the vehicle being stolen. So you were placed in cuffs. You were detained.
I was not placed in cuffs for you talking about a VIN. I was placed in cuffs because you said obstruction of justice.
1 minute, 32 seconds.
You previously testified that Mr. Wilson posed no immediate threat, correct?
No, I didn't believe you posed an immediate threat. No.
So the second Graham factor also weighs against using force, correct?
Okay.
Okay is yes or no?
Yes.
The third Graham factor is whether the suspect is actively resisting or attempting to flee, correct?
Yes.
So you testified today that I was being cooperative, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson was not resisting, correct?
No, you did not physically resist.
Mr. Wilson was not attempting to flee, correct?
Mr. Wilson took 2 steps toward Officer Junt.
Mr. Wilson was not attempting to flee, correct?
I will not agree with that.
So you believe Cameron turning to the person behind him to ask for his badge number was fleeing or
You
not?
took 2 steps towards him, and I was going to prevent any such thing from happening.
Okay, so he wasn't, prevent, great, thank you. Not was, but prevent it. So again, now that you've just said that, you wanted to prevent Cameron from possibly fleeing, but Cameron wasn't in the process of fleeing, correct?
No, that's not correct. Cameron took 2 steps away from me toward Officer Junt. There is a potential Cameron could have been fleeing. Cameron was placed in cuffs because of reasonable articulable suspicion.
Could have been, but again, wasn't fleeing. Thank you. So the third factor, Graham factor, also weighs against using force, correct?
Yes.
So all 3 Graham factors weighed against using force in this situation then, correct?
Okay. Yes.
So when all Graham factors weigh against force, when all Graham factors weigh against force, is using force reasonable?
Check the form.
No.
Answer, please.
You were placed in cuffs because of reasonable articulable suspicion. There was no force used against you. You were placed in cuffs.
So forcing someone to put their hands behind their back is not what you determine as force? Like if I don't want, I'm standing there, if I'm standing there and I don't want to, and you're taking my hands and forcing them behind my back against my will, that's not force?
You did not resist, just like you pointed out. You were cooperative, like we both pointed out.
I was not cooperative in having, okay, I'm not going to argue. You previously testified that handcuffing can constitute excessive force under certain circumstances, correct?
When did I say that, Mr. Wilson?
Okay, so can handcuffing constitute excessive force under certain circumstances?
Certain circumstances.
Okay, so you now just previously testified that handcuffing can constitute excessive force under certain circumstances, correct?
Certain circumstances, correct.
Based on the Graham analysis, which you just said yes to every single one, would you agree that handcuffing Mr. Wilson constituted excessive force then?
I would not
Check
agree.
the form of the question.
Great. Now, okay. Handcuffing is a seizure under the Fourth Amendment, correct?
Yes.
And those seizures must be reasonable, correct?
Yes.
What made the seizure of Mr. Wilson reasonable?
Mr. Wilson had his VIN covered up. Mr. Wilson didn't have plates on the vehicle that would identify the vehicle. Mr. Wilson, in my estimation, walked away from the vehicle. And in my estimation, Mr. Wilson knew that the vehicle, that my patrol unit had spun and had lights on it. So in the totality of all of those things, and Mr. Wilson also refused to come back when instructed to come back. So the totality of that says, you know what, let's investigate to ensure that the vehicle is not stolen.
Mr. Delancey, we just watched the video today. Mr. Wilson was never instructed to come back to his vehicle.
You weren't, I didn't tell you walk back to the vehicle, Mr. Wilson. You went on about that I instructed you versus asking you. Yes, Mr. Wilson.
Go ahead, speak freely. Go ahead. What else?
You played the video.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you testified that citizens have the right to remain silent, correct?
Yes.
You also testified that it's illegal to retaliate against someone for exercising this right, correct?
Yes.
Officer Griffin told Mr. Wilson he had the right to remain silent, correct?
Yes, he did.
Do you understand what the duty to intervene is in relation to an officer?
Yes.
Okay. Officer Griffin wasn't an officer at this point in time as far as going through training, though, correct? Had he?
That is, your description of it is incorrect. He was an officer. As soon as he got sworn, he was an officer.
Okay, let me ask you this. Had he gone through basic police academy training at that time?
No, he had not. No.
Okay. So there is a possibility that he had not been trained on the duty to intervene yet, correct?
It could have been.
Yeah, to the former question.
Okay. And in his deposition, he did state that he did not have that taught to him yet. So when Mr. Wilson says, I'm going to invoke all my rights, my right to remain silent. Under your training, when another officer approaches, is it your duty to intervene to let the officer know of any invocation of rights whatsoever?
That's something that should be said. Sure.
Were you ever told that Mr. Wilson had invoked all of his rights, including his right to remain silent?
No, not at that point, no.
So Mr. Wilson exercised his right to remain silent and not give any incriminating information, and then he was arrested, correct?
No. Your description of it is incorrect.
Okay. Are you aware that Mr. Griffin has advised that at the point of contact in which he spoke with me, I could have been free to leave at any point in time and there was nothing he could do about it?
I don't know what Mr. Griffin said.
Okay.
No.
So you essentially punished Mr. Wilson for exercising his right to remain silent, correct?
Incorrect.
So you punished Mr. Wilson for not coming down to the car quick enough for you?
Incorrect.
Okay. It was for obstruction of justice, right?
Mr. Wilson was detained for reasonable articulable suspicion.
Of obstruction of justice, right?
That's what I said. One of the things that I said.
Okay, so when you arrested Mr. Wilson, you said you're under arrest for what? Do you remember what you said?
Mr. Wilson was not arrested.
When you put Mr. Wilson in a custodial arrest or handcuffs, what did you advise him he was being detained for?
For obstruction and for the concealing of your VIN.
Just to get in there clearly to objecting to the form, characterizing it as an arrest is a mischaracterization of his testimony.
Not under my viewpoint. Do the citizens have a right to due process under the 14th Amendment?
Yes, sir.
Does due process require legal justification before depriving someone of liberty?
Yes.
You handcuffed Mr. Wilson, thereby depriving him of liberty, correct?
I didn't deprive you. You weren't free to leave. You weren't free to leave if you chose to. Yes. Yes.
And that deprivation of liberty was in relation to obstruction of justice, correct?
One of it. Other factors were involved.
So if that legal justification was not real, as you stated it was, and you were incorrect, then you violated his due process rights, correct?
If that was the only thing, ignorantly, I would have.
You previously testified that disabled individuals have the same constitutional rights as everyone else, correct?
That's my belief. Yes, sir.
You also testified, oh, wait. Yep. You also testified that officers should make reasonable accommodations for disabled individuals, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Were you aware that Mr. Wilson had a disability?
Was not. No, sir.
Did you make any accommodations for Mr. Wilson's disability?
I didn't know Mr. Wilson had a disability.
So you had no, okay.
Mm.
Okay. Now let's see, we want to get into. Give me just one moment here. You wrote your declaration. Where's your declaration at? Y'all want to take a 10-minute break?
Yeah, that's fine with us.
That's good with you, Emelike? I need to take a break. So y'all good for a 10-minute break?
Yes, that's fine.
All
Okay,
right.
so I'll take us off the record. The
Thank you.
time is now 4:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are now off the record.
Thank you. We'll be back at 2:10. Good?
Okay, the time is now 5:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back on the record.
Thank you. Okay. This is going to be Exhibit F or E? F. It's going to be Exhibit F, and this is going to be your declaration. Okay. Thank you for providing a declaration, by the way. Are you able to see this okay?
I am.
Okay. Just real quick, this is the signature of your attorney, correct?
You would have to verify with him if that's his signature.
Okay. Seems it would be so. And is this your signature here?
There is no signature there. There is a typed name.
So did you sign this document?
Mr. Wilson, you can see that that's not signed. That's a typed name.
Okay, so did you review this document at all?
The document was reviewed, and I gave my attorney the ability to sign on my behalf, but that's not a signature there. I want to be really specific with you.
Okay, so this is not your name above Emelike Delancy, Police Sergeant, City of Hood River?
That is my name, but it's not my signature.
Do you understand what the significance of what this symbol is right here?
What is the significance of that, Mr. Wilson?
I'm asking you.
No, I don't know what the significance of that is, sir.
Okay, so you didn't personally sign this document then?
I did not put pen to paper to that document, no.
And you didn't digitally sign this document, did you? Did you type in your name and digitally sign this document?
I gave my attorney authorization to sign.
Okay. So when it says, I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct, you never signed this?
I provided my attorney with the ability to sign for me. I reviewed the document.
When did you review that document?
A few weeks ago, I believe.
Few weeks ago?
I believe, yeah.
What date specifically could you provide?
Nope, I cannot provide Mr. Wilson. I had family stuff going on, so there's a lot of stuff going on, and I can't remember the date exactly.
Would it have been provided to you in an email, possibly?
Yes,
And would you be able to find the date in which he sent it to you in that email?
I probably would.
Okay. So this exhibit here, which is your declaration, is filed in this case. Of course, you recognize this document, correct?
Okay, I recognize the first portion, yes.
Okay. Did you swear under penalty of perjury that the contents of this declaration are true and correct?
No one swore me in, but I agree with if that's what it is that I said I gave my agreement with my attorney to sign, it is true.
Do you understand that perjury is a federal crime?
I do.
Do you understand that making false statements under oath can result in criminal prosecution?
I do. I do.
In your declaration, paragraph 12, you state that Mr. Wilson had strategically placed paper to conceal his VIN number.
Go to paragraph 12. Let me see it.
Do you see it?
Appeared to have been strategically placed. Yes, sir. That's what I said. Yes, sir.
During your deposition today, did you mention anything about being strategically placed paper?
The word strategically, I don't know if I used strategically, but it was placed to conceal. Yes.
And did you also testify that you did not have evidence that it was strategically concealed?
No,
Yeah,
that's what you said.
I asked you, excuse me, and did you testify today that you did not have any evidence that the paper was strategically placed?
There is evidence. You acknowledged it. So there is evidence.
Did you testify that there was no evidence that Cameron Wilson strategically placed the paper on?
There was no digital photos, but there was evidence provided by Mr. Cameron Wilson that it was placed that way.
So during your deposition today, did you, when did you first develop the theory about strategically placed paper?
When I walked up to it and I saw that the papers were placed covering the VIN, and then Mr. Cameron Wilson comes back, and when we're talking about it, says he wants his privacy, 13 minutes, 48 seconds all the way down. I like to stay private. I think 2 other times you spoke on, and laughed about it, that you want to remain private.
So it would seem as though you're mentioning 1348 and you keep mentioning certain times now. How are you so aware of these times if you didn't fully review this footage like you stated earlier you hadn't?
Because the first time I mentioned was 1 minute, 32 seconds, which was in the 3-minute time frame that I said I looked at. And then the last 4-minute time frame, which I said I looked at, is well within the 13 minutes, 48 seconds, because I think the total timing of the video, my video, was 17 minutes.
Looking at the video evidence that we looked at today, can you point out the strategically placed paper? Is it anywhere visible in that video?
Yeah, you actually can see it. And I was hoping you would stop.
Great. Can you see any paper covering the VIN in this video?
I know where the VIN is and I know where the paper is. So pull it up and I'll show you.
I'd rather not. Now, let me ask you this. Do you know if the paper was there prior to Mr. Wilson's vehicle and automobile being parked?
No, I do not know.
So you have no evidence, supporting evidence, visual evidence of if there was anything covering that VIN at said in time, which it was moving or traveling on the roads, correct?
No, you're correct. Yes, you're correct.
Now, we've established that your illegal basis of the charge or detainment for obstruction of justice, correct?
We haven't established no, I don't know what we've established.
We've established that you made a very big mistake in claiming that you were arresting Mr. Wilson for obstruction of justice, correct?
No, I didn't arrest Mr. Wilson for obstruction of justice.
Okay. We've also established that obstruction of justice is a federal offense involving court proceedings, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So your obstruction of justice detainment was legally impossible, correct?
Just for that, yes, you can.
Objective form as well.
So why didn't you mention this in your declaration?
Reasonable articulable suspicion is what I had. So I mentioned what it is that I had.
Were you trying to hide your legal error?
No, nothing to hide. It's on body camera.
Is omitting material facts from a sworn declaration a form of perjury?
No, no. The information is all out there. There was nothing being omitted or anything to hide. Mm-mm.
In your declaration, paragraph 18, you state that you preserved Mr. Wilson's phone recording. Do you see that?
Plaintiff had asked myself, Officer Wilson, who had just arrived and seemed to provide our names and badge number. That has nothing to do with phone recording.
Oh, excuse me. We compiled the offense to supposed to be myself. We just arrived on scene finance. Just the plaintiff, you're right. I was careful phone during income process. Okay. That's right. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. 24. In your declaration, paragraph 24, you state that you were essentially preserving by placing it in Mr. Wilson's phone pocket by not turning off the phone. You see that?
I did not say what you just said. I said I was careful.
You're essentially not turning off the phone. You're preserving. You made sure that you're saying that you believe in your mind that you were putting it in his pocket to preserve so that it wouldn't turn off the phone. You could preserve him still recording, correct?
Intentionally put it in your pocket, so I had no intent of turning your phone off. That I agree with, yes.
Yes, sir. And then, but we can see from the recording itself, both your body camera and Mr. Wilson recording, that you indeed did turn off his phone, correct?
We cannot see that because you didn't let your phone play all the way out. So so I will not agree with that.
Well, it did play out. It did play out. That was
Okay.
it. You know what? We'll save that because on your body camera, if you want to watch it on your own, you're good to go. I'll bring it in later if we have to. But you can see where the phone is on, and then before you put it in my pocket, it's black. So that's definitely on camera. I placed the phone. Oh, let's move on. So when you turn off a phone that's recording, does that preserve the recording or does it stop it?
It stops the recording if the phone is turned off.
Okay. So by turning off the phone, you would have actually stopped the recording and not actually preserved it, correct?
If I turned the phone off.
Okay. Now, in your declaration, you described the sequence of events. Do you state that Mr. Wilson was arrested immediately, or you do not feel as though Mr. Wilson
Everyone else still able to hear us? I see Mr. Wilson seems frozen.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, it sounds like it's on his end then.
Oh, he just left. I guess he's gonna log back in.
Okay. We should probably go off record at this point.
Okay. The time is now 5:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are off the record. I'm waiting to see if he's trying to log back in.
Yeah.
Exit, go to the top. Nope, I don't see it. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, so James, one of the people that are witnessing the deposition, said that he is working on logging back in.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Lyra and James.
Okay, looks like had a really weird internet connection thing there just happened. Like everything just totally went out and blacked out. I had to completely restart my whole computer. So sorry for the inconvenience. I'm thinking.
The time is now 5:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back on the record.
Okay. So let's see. Now, do you understand that the courts expect truthful testimony from law enforcement officers?
I do.
And do you understand that contradictory sworn statements undermine the integrity of the judicial process?
It would.
And do you understand that this type of conduct can result in sanctions against you and your attorneys?
I don't have. I'm assuming it would.
And would you agree that contradictory statements show bad faith as well?
It would. It would.
And would you agree that conduct warrants punishment to deter similar behavior?
It should.
Okay. Now, immediately after handcuffing Mr. Wilson, at any point from now or then, since you let, no charges or anything, did you realize you might have made a mistake?
No. No. I felt completely comfortable with what I did.
And so earlier in your testimony today, when you said my bad in relation to detaining someone off of charges that were non-existent, um, you still agree that, you didn't make any mistakes?
No, I made no mistakes. If that was the only thing that I had said or the only reasoning that I had, absolutely, we wouldn't be here. They would be paying you because it would be my fault. I have no issues when I'm wrong, none whatsoever, none.
Well, why didn't you just ask Mr. Wilson for his name and information rather than threatening him with arrest?
Mr. Wilson was not cooperating with coming back to the vehicle. As you could hear, Officer Griffin was saying to me over the radio. You heard it. Hey, he's not coming down. He's staying right there. Okay.
Excuse me, I'm not sure what you're referring to. I do believe y'all had earpieces in, and I couldn't hear anything that was on the radio. Matter of fact, nobody had asked me to come down to the vehicle. I was advised that, again, he'll speak with you down here, which was implying me requesting a sergeant. So there was no request for me to come down there. So there was no not complying. We watched this. It's like you keep saying things that aren't what we saw in your own mind, even though we just saw the truth. So what I'm trying to figure out is, wouldn't it just you say Mr. Wilson was uncooperative, but Mr. Wilson reserved all his rights and Austin Griffin acknowledged those. So in your mind, that's not what's reality. Mr. Wilson was not uncooperative. Actually, it was a fairly fine situation with Mr. Griffin. As Mr. Griffin even stated, you could have left if you want to left at that point in time. You were not under any detainment. There was no crime. But you came up and your immediate thing was, you have 1 second to walk down here with me, or I'm going to arrest you for obstruction. What, again, is that a mistake? Did you make a mistake?
I made no mistake putting you in handcuffs.
Okay, so you didn't make a mistake by claiming that you were going to arrest Mr. Wilson for obstruction.
The obstruction portion, not valid. Everything else I said, valid. That was a crime. I spoke to it.
Do you have any concerns about your actions during this incident?
None whatsoever.
Have you spoken and discussed your concerns with other officers at the scene?
I have zero concerns.
Did you discuss your concerns with other officers at the scene?
Discussed zero concerns with anyone. I have none.
Okay. You wrote a police report about this incident, correct?
Yes, I did.
Did you mention the timing of the detainment immediately after badge number requests?
I don't believe I did.
Why didn't you mention this crucial timing in your report?
It wasn't crucial to me.
In your report, did you mention detaining Mr. Wilson for obstruction of justice?
I believe I did.
Or was it for failure to ID?
I don't believe I said anything about failure to ID. I don't.
Would you like to review it real quick to make sure?
There is nothing in my report that says failure to ID.
Okay. Give me just one moment. So was there a failure to ID at any point whatsoever?
You ID'd. You did initially, you were failing to ID when initially asked at the vehicle, but you eventually gave your information, so.
So there was no failure to ID?
There was a failure to ID, Mr. Wilson. When I asked you initially, I believe it was at the vehicle, you did not provide the information that I requested immediately, but you eventually provided it. So that was that would be petty to go with that.
Do you understand that your conduct sends a message to the community about constitutional rights?
I hope it would. Yes.
What does it send when someone is arrested for requesting badge numbers?
That didn't happen here, so I don't know what that would send.
What does it send when someone is arrested for exercising the right to remain silent?
That didn't happen here, so I don't know what that would send.
Does this conduct discourage people from exercising their constitutional rights?
Objective form.
I don't know what conduct you're speaking about.
The conduct of you and other officers placing Mr. Wilson in handcuffs for simply requesting badge numbers.
You get to spend it however you want, sir, but that's not what happened.
Is discouraging the exercise of constitutional rights harmful to democracy?
It would be, yes, absolutely.
Is it harmful to the self-governance of our republic?
It is harmful in general to everything you